Across the face of goal, but then the goal finally came. Managed to get the pass back to Unumunu, who delivered a delightful ball. Then Ajibade, who stayed on side, was able to send home, crushing Cameroon's defence and crushing the spirits of their opponents.
One wants to describe the Wafcon. Say prestigious and legacy. The first Wafcon I won it as a very young player, my first time on the team. Winning it also as a captain, it's now a huge responsibility with huge honor, and I do not take it for granted. Wow, I honestly think it's going to be more harder because now it means there'll be more game, more competition. Nobody can rest, nobody can relax, and it's just going to be much, tougher, much harder. We will rise to the occasion, and that's what Champions does.
Vibes are really good, kind of just buzzing off the win from last night. Spirits are really high and we're really excited for our next game. I think you just have to pay attention to the details before the game, during the game. Just be ready from moment zero, and just rework on both ends as much as you can. Yeah. I feel like we're all professionals, and I feel like we've all kind of been in similar situations like that. So just recognizing the things that have worked for us individually or as a team in the past and using that to prepare best as we can for the game. I feel like just playing with these girls. I always like coming together and playing together, the locker rooms, the vibes, everything. Yeah. Sport's been extremely important. I feel like, honestly, we have one of the best fan bases in the world. They always show up every time, every game, every tournament, and I would like to just give them a shout out and let them know how much we appreciate them and ask for a continued support. It means a lot and it goes a long way. I feel like there's been breathtaking moments, and yeah, it's been a lot. It's been completely different to the last edition, but yeah, very excited to play Cameroon. We've played them a few times. It's always a battle, a tough battle, and yeah, I feel like we're prepared and ready to play against them. Yeah, I would say it's up there as one of the biggest games of my career because the World Cup is. Everyone wants to be playing that, so yeah, bring it on. I feel like it's always been a vibe. We know what we've come here to do. We need to get the ticket for the World Cup, so yeah, it's controlled, we're focused and we're ready. We're very thankful for you supporting us. We need all of your support. I hope it continues. We all hope it continues, and yeah, we're very grateful for your support.
The face of goal, but then the goal finally He's staying on her feet, managed to get the pass back to Unumonu, who delivered a delightful ball. Then Ajibade, who stayed on side, was able to send home, crushing Cameroon's defence and crushing the spirits of their opponents.
One wants to describe the Wafcon. Maybe we can say prestigious and legacy. The first Wafcon I won it as a very young player, my first time on the team. Winning also as a captain, it's now a huge responsibility with huge honor, and I do not take it for granted. Wow, I honestly think it's going to be more harder because now it means there'll be more game, more competition. Nobody can rest, nobody can relax. And it's just going to be much, tougher, much harder. We will rise to the occasion, and that's what Champions does.
Try.
Vibes are really good, kind of just buzzing off the win from last night. Spirits are really high and we're really excited for our next game. I think you just have to pay attention to the details before the game, during the game. Just be ready from moment zero, and just be work on both ends. Yeah. I feel like we're all professionals, and I feel like we've all kind of been in similar situations like that. So just recognizing the things that have worked for us individually or as a team in the past, and using that to prepare best as we can for the game. I feel like just playing with these girls. I always like coming together and playing together, the locker rooms, the vibes, everything. Sport's been extremely important. I feel like, honestly, we have one of the best fan bases in the world. They always show up every time, every game, every tournament, and I would like to just give them a shout out and let them know how much we appreciate them, and ask for a continued support. It means a lot and it goes a long way.
The face of goal, but then the goal, staying on her feet, managed to get the pass back to Unumonu, who delivered a delightful ball. Then Ajibade, who stayed on side, was able to send home, crushing Cameroon's defence and crushing the spirits of their opponents.
Try. Red ball.
I feel like there's been breathtaking moments. And yeah, it's been a lot. It's been completely different to the last edition, but yeah, very excited to play Cameroon. We've played them a few times. It's always a battle, a tough battle, and yeah, I feel like we're prepared and ready to play against them. Yeah, I would say it's up there as one of the biggest games of my career because the World Cup is literally the biggest stage that everyone wants to be playing at. So yeah, bring it on. I feel like it's always been a vibe. We know what we've come here to do. We need to get the ticket for the World Cup. So yeah, it's controlled, we're focused and we're ready. We're very thankful for you supporting us. We need all of your support. I hope it continues. We all hope it continues. And yeah, we're very grateful for your support.
Across the face of goal, but then the goal finally came. Ugobi, staying on her feet, managed to get the pass back to Unumonu, who delivered a delightful ball that Ajibade, who stayed onside, was able to send home, crushing Cameroon's defence and crushing the spirits of their opponent.
One wants to describe the Wafcon. Maybe we can say prestigious and legacy. The first Wafcon I won it as a very young player, my first time on the team. Winning it also as a captain, it's now a huge responsibility with huge honor, and I do not take it for granted. Wow, I honestly think it's going to be more harder because now it means there'll be more game, more competition. Nobody can rest, nobody can relax. And it's just going to be much, tougher, much harder. We will rise to the occasion, and that's what Champions does.
Try. Red ball. Try. Red ball.
Vibes are really good, kind of just buzzing off the win from last night. Spirits are really high and we're really excited for that. I think you just have to pay attention to the details before the game, during the game. Just be ready from the moment zero, and just be work on both ends as much as you can. Yeah. I feel like we're all professionals, and I feel like we've all kind of been in similar situations like that. So just recognizing the things that have worked for us individually or as a team in the past and using that to prepare best as we can for the game. I feel like just playing with these girls. I always like coming together and playing together, the locker rooms, the vibes, everything. Yeah. Sport's been extremely important. I feel like honestly, we have one of the best fan bases in the world. They always show up every time, every game, every tournament, and I would like to just give them a shout out and let them know how much we appreciate them and ask for a continued support. It means a lot and it goes a long way.
Across the face of goal, but then the goal finally came. Ugobi, staying on her feet, managed to get the pass back to Unumonu, who delivered a delightful ball that Ajibade, who stayed onside, was able to send home, crushing Cameroon's defence and crushing the spirits of their opponents.
I want to describe the Wafcon. Maybe we can say prestigious and legacy. The first Wafcon I won it as a very young player, my first time on the team. Winning also as a captain, it's now a huge responsibility with huge honor, and I do not take it for granted. Wow, I honestly think it's going to be more harder because now it means there'll be more game, more competition. Nobody can rest, nobody can relax, and it's just going to be much, tougher, much harder. We will rise to the occasion, and that's what Champions does.
Try. Why don't shoot?
Red ball.
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 Vibes are really good, kind of just buzzing off the win from last night. Spirits are really high and we're really excited for our next game. I think you just have to pay attention to the details before the game, during the game. Just be ready from moment zero, and just do work on both ends as much as you can. Yeah. I feel like we're all professionals, and I feel like we've all kind of been in similar situations like that. So just recognizing the things that have worked for us individually or as a team in the past and using that to prepare best as we can for the game. I feel like just playing with these girls. I always like coming together and playing together, the locker rooms, the vibes, everything. Support's been extremely important. I feel like, honestly, we have one of the best fan bases in the world. They always show up every time, every game, every tournament, and I would like to just give them a shout out and let them know how much we appreciate them and ask for a continued support. It means a lot and it goes a long way. I feel like there's been breathtaking moments, and yeah, it's been a lot. It's been completely different to the last edition, but yeah, very excited to play Cameroon. We've played them a few times. It's always a battle, a tough battle, and yeah, I feel like we're prepared and ready to play against them. Yeah, I would say it's up there as one of the biggest games of my career because the World Cup is literally the biggest stage that everyone wants to be playing at. So yeah, bring it on. I feel like it's always been a vibe. We know what we've come here to do. and we need to get the ticket for the World Cup. So yeah, it's controlled, we're focused and we're ready. We're very thankful for you supporting us. We need all of your support. I hope it continues. We all hope it continues, and yeah, we're very grateful for your support.
The face of goal, but then the goal finally came. Ugobi, staying on her feet, managed to get the pass back to Unumonu, who delivered a delightful ball. Then Ajibade, who stayed on side, was able to send home, crushing Cameroon's defence and crushing the spirits of their opponents.
One wants to describe the Wafcon. Maybe we can say prestigious and legacy. The first Wafcon I won it as a very young player, my first time on the team. Winning also as a captain, it's now a huge responsibility with huge honor, and I do not take it for granted. Wow, I honestly think it's going to be more harder because now it means there'll be more game, more competition. Nobody can rest, nobody can relax. And it's just going to be much, tougher, much harder. We will rise to the occasion, and that's what Champions does.
Vibes are really good, kind of just buzzing off the win from last night. Spirits are really high and we're really excited for our next game. I think you just have to pay attention to the details before the game, during the game. Just be ready from moment zero, and just do work on both ends as much as you can. Yeah. I feel like we're all professionals, and I feel like we've all kind of been in similar situations like that. So just recognizing the things that have worked for us individually or as a team in the past, and using that to prepare best as we can for the game. I feel like just playing with these girls. I always like coming together and playing together, the locker rooms, the vibes, everything. Yeah. Sport's been extremely important. I feel like, honestly, we have one of the best fan bases in the world. They always show up every time, every game, every tournament, and I would like to just give them a shout out and let them know how much we appreciate them, and ask for a continued support. It means a lot and it goes a long way.
Across the face of goal, but then the goal finally came. Ugobi, staying on her feet, managed to get the pass back to Unumonu, who delivered a delightful ball. Then Ajibade, who stayed on side, was able to send home, crushing Cameroon's defence and crushing the spirits of their opponents.
Try. Why don't shoot?
Red ball.
One wants to describe the Wafcon. Maybe we can say prestigious and legacy. The first Wafcon I won it as a very young player, my first time on the team. Winning it also as a captain, it's now a huge responsibility with huge honor, and I do not take it for granted. Wow, I honestly think it's going to be more harder because now it means there'll be more game, more competition. Nobody can rest, nobody can relax. And it's just going to be much, tougher, much harder. We will rise to the occasion, and that's what Champions does.
I feel like there's been breathtaking moments, and yeah, it's been a lot. It's been completely different to the last edition, but yeah, very excited to play Cameroon. We've played them a few times. It's always a battle, a tough battle, and yeah, I feel like we're prepared and ready to play against them. Yeah, I would say it's up there as one of the biggest games of my career because the World Cup is literally the biggest stage that everyone wants to be playing at. So yeah, bring it on. I feel like it's always been a vibe. We know what we've come here to do. We need to get the ticket for the World Cup. So yeah, it's controlled, we're focused and we're ready. We're very thankful for you supporting us. We need all of your support. I hope it continues. We all hope it continues. And yeah, we're very grateful for your support.
The face of goal, but then the goal finally came. Ugobi, staying on her feet, managed to get the pass back to Unumonu, who delivered a delightful ball. Then Ajibade, who stayed on side, was able to send home, crushing Cameroon's defence and crushing the spirits of their opponents.
Vibes are really good, kind of just buzzing off the win from last night. Spirits are really high and we're really excited for our next game. I think you just have to pay attention to the details before the game, during the game. Just be ready from moment zero, and just do work on both ends as much as you can. Yeah. I feel like we're all professionals, and I feel like we've all kind of been in similar situations like that. So just recognizing the things that have worked for us individually or as a team in the past and using that to prepare best as we can for the game. I feel like just playing with these girls. I always like coming together and playing together, the locker rooms, the vibes, everything. Yeah. Sport's been extremely important. I feel like, honestly, we have one of the best fan bases in the world. They always show up every time, every game, every tournament, and I would like to just give them a shout out and let them know how much we appreciate them and ask for a continued support. It means a lot and it goes a long way.
Try. Why don't shoot?
Red ball.
Vibes are really good, kind of just buzzing off the win from last night. Spirits are really high and we're really excited for our next game. I think you just have to pay attention to the details before the game, during the game. Just be ready from moment zero, and just rework on both ends as much as you can. Yeah. I feel like we're all professionals, and I feel like we've all kind of been in similar situations like that. So just recognizing the things that have worked for us individually or as a team in the past, and using that to prepare best as we can for the game. I feel like just playing with these girls. I always like coming together and playing together. The locker rooms, the vibes, everything. Yeah. Support's been extremely important. I feel like, honestly, we have one of the best fan bases in the world. They always show up every time, every game, every tournament, and I would like to just give them a shout out and let them know how much we appreciate them, and ask for a continued support. It means a lot and it goes a long way.
Prestigious and legacy. The first Wafcon I won it as a very young player, my first time on the team. Winning it also as a captain, it's now a huge responsibility with huge honor, and I do not take it for granted. Wow, I honestly think it's going to be more harder, because now it means there'll be more game, more competition. Nobody can rest, nobody can relax, and it's just going to be much, tougher, much harder. We will rise to the occasion, and that's what champions does.
like there's been breathtaking moments. And yeah, it's been a lot. It's been completely different to the last edition, but yeah, very excited to play Cameroon. We've played them a few times. It's always a battle, a tough battle, and yeah, I feel like we're prepared and ready to play against them. Yeah, I would say it's up there as one of the biggest games of my career because the World Cup is literally the biggest stage that everyone wants to be playing at. So yeah, bring it on. I feel like it's always been a vibe. We know what we've come here to do. We need to get the ticket for the World Cup. So yeah, it's controlled, we're focused and we're ready. We're very thankful for you supporting us. We need all of your support. I hope it continues. We all hope it continues. And yeah, we're very grateful for your support.
Flush across the face of goal, but then the goal finally came. Ugobi, staying on her feet, managed to get the pass back to Unumonu, who delivered a delightful ball. Then Ajibade, who stayed onside, was able to send home, crushing Cameroon's defence and crushing the spirits of their opponents.
I feel like there's been breathtaking moments. And yeah, it's been a lot. It's been completely different to the last edition, but yeah, very excited to play Cameroon. We've played them a few times. It's always a battle, a tough battle, and yeah, I feel like we're prepared and ready to play against them. Yeah, I would say it's up there as one of the biggest games of my career because the World Cup is literally the biggest stage that everyone wants to be playing at. So yeah, bring it on. I feel like it's always been a vibe. We know what we've come here to do. We need to get the ticket for the World Cup. So yeah, it's controlled, we're focused and we're ready. We're very thankful for you supporting us. We need all of your support. I hope it continues. We all hope it continues. And yeah, we're very grateful for your support. I feel like there's been breathtaking moments. And yeah, it's been a lot. It's been completely different to the last edition, but yeah, very excited to play Cameroon. We've played them a few times. It's all
Yeah, let's get ready for action in every single fraction. Magical fixture on the cards for us from Wafcon 2026. Nigeria Super Falcons ready to compete alongside their biggest rivals in this competition when it comes to the amount of times they have met. The indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon is meeting number 14 for these two nations, and this one has even more significance around it. It's beyond just trying to qualify for the semi-finals. A place in the 2027 FIFA Women's World Cup is also on the line. My name is Chuma, Nolin, here to excite you alongside this delectable lady. You know, she deserves a collectible because she's delectable, and when you hear her speak, you know she's quintessential. So listening to her is very essential. Let's give it up for the one and only Euphoria Joy. What's popping now, Euphoria?
Hi Chuma, I'm good. It's been a while. It's been a while. I can still remember that you were the first person that we did this together.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. So and now I used to talk to Sammy and Cole. They are putting space in between us. I don't like it. But it's great to be here. I was here the other day when we had the game against Zambia, Nigeria versus Zambia. That particular game was a blockbuster as expected, and another one this time around against familiar rivals. Zambia are becoming familiar rivals, but Cameroon is that team when it concerns the Super Falcons. And in fact, at some point, I used to say that they should not call them indomitable Lionesses. They should call them indomitable because those ones they dominate like mad. But this time around, we all know that something very essential is at stake. The World Cup, the automatic World Cup tickets, because there's still a pathway for those who get knocked out today. They get to play the
tournament, playoffs later.
Playoff and all of that. That is going to happen. That's where people like South Africa currently find themselves. Places like Cote d'Ivoire currently find themselves after losing yesterday in their own quarterfinal games. So today we're meeting Cameroon, who are also a team that we've been playing recently back to back a lot in friendlies, in friendly games on the continent. They are our go-to people. Any small team, Cameroon. Any small team, Cameroon. But we'll get to talk about the team, the teams we've been meeting, and versus the present team right now, how they've evolved, whether they've changed, and how our team also has changed. Because the last time we met them, obviously there'll be some players who were not on that team that are still that are going to be on the team also, those that played. So it's going to be a lot to talk about. Very exciting fixture. Whenever Cameroon plays Nigeria, whether it's Wafcon, AFCON, it's always a rivalry between the two of us, and I'm very glad that I get to do this alongside Chuma and alongside you who are joining us. I'm very sure that you'll be excited at the end of the day, no matter the results, but hopefully it's a Nigerian win.
Well, the way you were just going on with the AFCON, Wafcon, I was like, I have con. Let me just bring peers so we can hang out with our peers. Like Wafcon, AFCON, I have con.
Anybody that has con in their pocket right now, you're not my friend. But you have to be Nigerian to understand that. But let's go on.
All right, so welcome to the coverage. Thank you for joining us for vivxsports, and of course, it's a fantastic watch-along experience. Please, it's not a coincidence that you stumbled on this, so please click on that subscribe button and follow up with everything that we bring your way. Because when it comes to the very best of African sports, we try our best to be here every single time to carry you along, whether it's the Super Falcons, the Super Eagles, the big teams from other parts of the continent, Morocco, Cameroon, and the like. So it's age grade football, or it's even other big sporting events. That's what we're here for. So if you're joining us for the very first time, it's not a mistake. You have met the right people. So please click on that subscribe button, and also you can turn on your notifications to ensure that you're carried along all the way. Well, we're going to look at the starting XI for the Super Falcons shortly, because it's a Sunday, but it looks like we have been gifted Monday already, because Gift Monday has a chance to come to the fore in this team. But just before we look at that starting XI euphoria, I'm basking in the euphoria of what the North Africans are doing.
Anyone that is joining this room for the first time will not understand that there used to be a time where I used to drag you because of your compliments, but right now, please.
Yeah, I used to it, but I'm not. There's no detergent. I'm not watching you. It's the truth.
It's fine. Fair.
I'm happy that I don't lie. Thank you so much.
I did not say that.
On that note, it's funny that the last Wafcon in 2024 that took place last year, we had two teams from West Africa in the semi-finals, one team from North Africa in Morocco, and of course one from the southern part of the continent in South Africa. Nigeria and Ghana were the other sides from our own region. This time around, we have, for the first time ever, two teams from North Africa in the semis of Wafcon, and now there could be Nigeria from West. Ghana could also come from the West. It could be a North-West affair, or there could be a different story for the debutants, Malawi, who want to march on. Just before we get to the Nigeria game, I'm getting scared, to be honest, that the North Africans are cooking something in women's football. And the way they're going, they look like a bunch who may steal our glory if we don't step up.
It's something that has been in the works, in the works for a couple of years now, and I have been sounding it, especially a country like Morocco. I don't think people see Morocco in the semi-finals right now is anything that would catch them by surprise. I think the surprising team in the semi-finals is Algeria, but if you followed this team in the last 3 years, you understand that they did not just get there by luck. Yes, maybe yesterday people would have said Cote d'Ivoire were the better team on the pitch in terms of play, and in terms of the fact that they ended up going their best player down. By the way, they went a player down in the first half. Their best player, Safi, was red carded for a very controversial reason. So they had to play 45 minutes with a player down, with one player disadvantage. But Algeria got the work done, and that is what we are talking about at the end of the day. But without that, you also have to talk about the fact that they have been a very impressive side. Before they conceded that goal in the 86th minutes versus Morocco in the group stage, their second group stage game, they had gone over 500 minutes in the Wafcon without conceding. So usually what made them not get to maybe like the semis or the finals is that they get knocked out in the quarterfinals because of they'll play a goalless draw, and then they got knocked out in the quarterfinals on penalties. So in regular time, they had not conceded a goal in regular time for over 500 minutes, and they played us too. If you want to say, oh, they are playing teams that are not. You understand? They played the Nigerian team in the third game of the knockouts. Of the group phase last year, and it was a 0-0. That was the only game that Nigeria did not score in that competition. So you understand that the Algerian team may be slower than the Moroccans, but they've been building. And the way they started their first game, went all out against Senegal, that held Morocco and ensured that they didn't score in their own game, went all out against them, scored 2-0, got that win. Morocco had to wait for a very, very late goal to beat them in their derby. That won 1-0, and then the final game they went on to win very comfortably against Kenya. We could see that game yesterday, how it started, and not taking anything away from them, they are a team that have shown that they want to compete with the bigger teams on the continent. Morocco showed that zeal, and now we've already counted them as part of
regulars, man. Big names now
yes, no one will talk about Morocco and say, oh, not just because of what they did on the continent, but the fact that they went to their debut World Cup in 2023, and for the very first time that they were appearing at the World Cup, they made the knockout round. They were not waiting for South Africa that had appeared there before. I think that was like their third appearance. We are just making their own first knockout round also that year. But Morocco got their first time and they got into knockout round straight out. So you understand that it is not coincidence that they are getting to this particular stage at the Wafcon regularly. 2023, between 2023 and now, they've played 2 Wafcons. 2024 Wafcon last year and now another Wafcon, and they're already in the semis already. So Morocco is understandable. And your question, other teams are definitely catching up. If we're talking about the northern teams, what do we want to talk about? The team like Malawi, and I want us to always remember that Malawi got into this competition, not like teams like Cameroon or Egypt who got here because the team was, or the competition was expanded. They beat people on their way to qualify for this event, and them coming up to like go bar on bar with big African teams. In that particular group, they were supposed to be the whooping dogs. If you look at it,
Nigeria and Zambia in the same group
with you, and then you are qualifying as top of the group. That's a statement.
Same pigeon.
So yes, it shows that other teams are catching up, and we have to, I say we, I'm talking about Nigeria.
No, we now true. We have to step up.
We have to
all
step
of us,
up,
I and you and the Super Falcons.
Other teams are catching up, and if we're not careful, it's get to a time where we start talking about past glory. And please, I am not.
I rebuke really. I hope that somehow we don't get to that stage.
I can't deal.
Interesting, your thoughts are dropping in. You can share your predictions with us and your expectations for this game involving Nigeria and Cameroon on the live stream. And this one from Victor Okenwa 5919 says, "Let's go Niger. We get our 11th time champions. Go to the World Cup and finally land a semi-final sport or win it." I believe your confidence for this live, Victor. He's saying beyond even shining in the Wafcon is about qualifying for the World Cup, and he believes Nigeria can become the first African nation in the women's game to reach the semi-final stage of a World Cup. The best we have done is the quarterfinals in 1999, and we have not beaten that record since after 1999. That was 27 years ago or so. We're vivxsports. Just to remind you, please click on that subscribe button and don't miss out on the fun. Columbus Chidima says, "Let's go girls." Yeah, indeed, Chidima. I hope they go for your sake and shine like a million stars. Adebayo Peter is also speaking to me and says, "Algeria were so lucky to have played Cote d'Ivoire." Man, at least give them the respect, man, because you don't want to be condescending towards any team.
One thing is they played to get there. Nigeria should have been playing in the other side of the bracket, and we lost our first game, which is why we're here. Algeria actually defeated. If they had not defeated. What's the first their name?
Held their own in the group, right?
Held their own in the group in the first game against Senegal. When Senegal eventually got into the rhythm, it was too late for them. They finished with 4 points and they got knocked out. And Morocco, that had not considered any goal in the group, still could not go past them, but yet they had to go out. But Algeria held on, defeated the first team, defeated the third team, and held their own long till. With a 1-goal difference to just 1-0 against Morocco is why they are in this side of the divide. They earned it. If any other team wanted to be in what we will call the easier draw, you would have played for it. Anyone that played for it got themselves, not everybody shabo. You understand what I'm saying? Because Morocco right now are the team that, even despite finishing top of their group, are going to be meeting very tough teams. They've met South Africa already. If they win, they'll be meeting either Cameroon or Nigeria in the semi-finals. So that's how it is.
yeah, again, Super Falcons put themselves in this place, like what people said about the World Cup draw, Argentina and the likes. You know, Nigeria Super Eagles had topped their group, then they were on course to meeting South Africa and Morocco in the final if everything went as planned. But the Super Falcons somehow did not top their group, and now they will have to face the might of Morocco if they win today in the semi-final stage of the competition. I'll take a few more of your thoughts before I get to the starting XI for the two sides for this massive fixture, for sure. Well, Fox is prepared for the battle, but safety is of the Lord. Amazing. This is according to Samuel Ochado 5407. Thank you. Danny Max RN51 says it's going to be Nigeria 3, Cameroon nil. Okay, I think it's. Thank you for your prediction. Supernova Olawale says we expect winning from Nigeria today. Victory all the way, Super Falcons. That's according to Samson Bassi P4V. And I'll just take one more for now. Chuma, you're looking good. And my warm regards to the beautiful lady in the studio, Ayorinde Imano. Thank you, Ayorinde. And I told her, she thought I was lying. Have you seen it there? They've told you. They've complimented you as the case is. Don't worry, we're fine. We're fine, Sammy. Don't worry. We're good on this. I get your points. Okay, so we're going to certainly get into the starting XI now. I'll ask you changes for Coach Madugu. And it's more like he's telling his players, Cesar Toshola and Co, do good. The players have to step up and do good. Let's do some compare and contrast, shall we, Euphoria, to the starting XI that we had against our rivals in final group game, Egypt, that was. Yeah. In the back four, then we had Alozie, Ucheibe, Ohale, and Oladipo. Yeah. In the back four this time around, we also have Alozie, but there's no Chebe. Demain is back from her suspension after getting a red card in her second game, that game we won against Zambia. So Demain returns to the setup. Ohale and Oladipo still hold on to their position. Oladipo was the best defender in the Italian Women's League last season, and she's solid from that left back position. In the midfield, Euphoria, Abiodun and Ajibade were in there. For today, it's Abiodun and Ucheibe. Ajibade goes forward a bit. And then it was Omorin Shola, Ijami Lucy, Oshola, and Tony Payne. Now it is Ajibade, Gibbs Monday, Omori Shola, and Eche Guinea. So Tony Payne off to the bench. Asisa Toshola also starts from the bench. Yeah,
I think it's a response to what the coach has seen the team play. We've seen them play 3 games, and we've seen that certain players should be starting a game if we want to dominate against Cameroon. Now, Cameroon are not as much as they've not been that team as they used to be back in the day. In this particular Wafcon, they've shown that they are a very, very solid side anytime, any day. And again, I always tell people that when rivalry in football is involved, every other thing is thrown out of the window. First, throw it away. If you're playing your rival, as terrible as a team can be, once they just hear that it's that rival like this, there's a different motivation to them. So Cameroon is coming to face arch rivals in the Wafcon. They are coming to face a team that they know that they need to beat if they are going to make another World Cup appearance. They also know that for them to actually finally win, because we're always the weapon fashion against them at the Wafcon.
They've done it to us in AFCON, so we've done them back.
I mean, that's in women's football. I mean, for them to be able to finally get their hands on that elusive Wafcon trophy, they need to beat this team to go forward, and of course maybe meet Morocco. Not maybe, if they win, they meet Morocco, and then next they get to meet somebody from the other side, either Ghana, Malawi, or Algeria, because I mean the other two are still going to play their own game later this night by 9 p.m. So you understand that this is a team that have been very solid at Wafcon. When I mean solid, I mean they have been a team that know how to hold possession of the ball. So I understand why the coach is trying to start a lot of our players who can keep the ball a lot, especially in the midfield. I actually think that it's going to be a game that will be won in the midfield. So a team that has players that can retain the ball. Echegini, you have players like Abiodun, who is a very good sweeper of the ball in the defensive midfield. Ajibade too can hold her own end, even though she gets to play forward, but I mean, a lot of times she will get to come back and assist in the midfield. You see Uchebe, so you know what she can do, be it defense, be it midfield. That particular day against Zambia, she was holding her end in the midfield before that particular unfortunate red card incident happened, and then she had to be pushed to the back because she's very good at both ends of the pitch. So yes, you understand why this is happening. And for Risola Babajide, I don't think anyone would ask why she is starting. She has proved that she deserves to be a starter on this team. For Gift Monday had a very solid game, and getting that would earn her second ever start at a Wafcon. She has played, this is her second Wafcon. She played in 2022, missed out last year, but this is going to be the second time ever she will be starting for the Super Falcons of Nigeria at the Wafcon. So you understand how much of an impressive impact she had that particular day, to have given her a start over players like Ijoma, and I'm talking about Esther Okoronkwo, all those other players. You're starting above them in the pecking order in a game as tough as Cameroon. You understand that she gave not just the goal, she was also involved in like 2 more goals that particular day. I think the one for Joy Omewa and one other person. So 3 goals involvement, scoring one of those goals too. And the goal she scored it just minutes after coming in as a substitute. So you understand why Gift Monday is what we are getting on a Sunday.
Incredible stuff indeed, and today will be a fun day if Nigeria wins. That is for euphoria for sure. For Cameroon too, they have quality plenty in their ranks. They're a team who have built on defensive solidity, have let in just 2 goals in this competition so far. That's a fewer number of goals than the Super Falcons have conceded, so you have to respect how stringent they can be in their back line. And they have goalkeeper Bihina, shielded by 4 ladies. It looks like it's a 4-3-3 formation for them from the start. Yakana plays as a right fullback. Nzana comes through, and at this stage it's going to be Hosanna next up, I guess. Nzana is the left fullback, with Nyojo and Mai Keith having the centre-back partnership. Meyong, Ngok and Toko are the 3 stars in the midfield, with their points lady being Nga, shielded just from left and right, flanked I should say from left and right by Mendoa and Njoa. So it's a team that may not have the kind of names that average Nigerians know about, but a team that have cohesion, and a team that does have these stars who are ready to align. Well, they came in coach through the back door into this competition, because initially CAF had planned for a Wafcon with 12 teams, which had been the standard in recent years, and then CAF just thought about it again and said, after the qualifying series, let's expand it to a 16-team tournament. And they had to look at rankings, and amongst the top teams that did not qualify through the official route. That's how Cameroon came in here. And the coach was saying, hey, they are so happy, they're grateful to God that the opportunity came. And she alluded to the fact that Nigeria are superstars. They are favorites on paper. However, she says her team has momentum, and that's what they want to build on.
Definitely, they got that momentum from the very moment when that expansion was announced, just after the qualification was wrapped up in October. I think that was in November, when CAF came out to say, oh, we are expanded this to 16 teams, and then they got in there because of their rankings. I mean, the next 4 teams who got slotted into the competition came in through their rankings. So you have to be like the top 4 outside those that had already qualified for the competition, and that's how Cameroon got in here. And they're coming from a time in their football which is very, very depressing. I mean, their women's football, their men are experiencing it, but I mean their women more, because missing out of qualifying for the 2024 Wafcon that was played last year, and again missing out on this one, but I mean they finally got that leeway and they're in. And then going through the fact that you have been one of the punching bags of teams like Nigeria on the continent in recent times. Like when I said recent, I'm not talking about the Wafcon, I'm talking of friendlies. Everyone that gets them beat them. And then the coach, I mean, coming in with a new coach into this competition, starting a rebuilding phase. The first game against Mali, they didn't look favourite on paper, but when they got onto that pitch of play, they had to remind the Eagles of Mali that we are your seniors in this competition, and they did that, got a 2-1 win in that one. And then the next game was that particular one where they qualified. They became the first team to qualify, by the way, for the quarterfinal stage. You have to say that, before the likes of Morocco, that even won
record was so good against their biggest rivals,
Ghana and Mali. And then they went on to Mali. Ghana. That everyone is also shouting out one of the favorites for this competition. They defeated them clear. They played better. Everything was good. It was a 1-goal win, yes, but I mean on the pitch of play, they were the better side from this first half to the end of the game. That was how they qualified as the first team for the quarterfinals in this competition. So momentum is there for them. Yes, the game against Cote d'Ivoire, well, they looked a little bit shaky, but you can also understand that Cote d'Ivoire were fighting for honor, and that's what they did. And Cote d'Ivoire got a very beautiful goal, a Pushka Award, worthy goal, in that particular game, and that earned them their first ever points. This is their debut Wafcon. They've crashed out, yes, but I mean that was that. So I don't think I want to judge them by that final game, but what they did in the first 2 games against rivals, for you to play teams that are solid teams on the continent and get wins over them, it means Nigeria has to be very careful, no matter how many Wafcon they have, no matter how many head-to-head wins they have. Also, they have to be very, very.
This is reality. This is reality
right now. History for a bit. From this moment right now, from 6 o'clock now to the end of the game, you have to understand that this is what you need to play for, and not what you have before. Now you have to face what you have in front of you.
Incredible stuff ahead of us for sure. Stay game, get into activation mood. I'll just share a few more of your thoughts with vivxsports, and we enjoy the watch-along experience every time we do have these high-profile fixtures around the place. So please click on that subscribe button. And also turn on your notifications, so every time we come live to bring to you the excitement of big fixtures and games involving the top nations from Africa in every category of the sport. You sure can be carried along. Why is Carlo not starting after scoring from the bench? This is a message from Odunto and Michael, who's speaking to us. Well, the coach knows best, or doesn't he? Let's pride Cameroon, carry the day. Stop talking there and pray. You know the rhyme already. Are you saying that Nigeria will be the prey to Cameroon? All right, Lucky Awadi is sharing that with us. And victory to our girls, that's according to Enoch Emmanuel. Thanks to all of you for your thoughts. Innocent Isaac says it's going to be Nigeria beating Cameroon by 3-0. Well, the action up and running. Nigeria Super Falcons ready to get back to winning ways again. These two nations met each other in the month of March. Nigeria lost the first of those two games in Cameroon, and then won the second by 3-1. So that's the nearest and closest thing to what the feeling will be like today as to the quality of these sides. 3 times they've met in the Wafcon final before now, and all 3 times Nigeria Super Falcons have beaten them in the final. They met more than that, of course. This is their 14th meeting in football, and it's crazy really to think about that calculation. They met at every stage of the Wafcon. You can also drop your thoughts at halftime. We'll pick your calls to fuel your polls, so get ready to have your say, and you can call in as well today to join the fun as far as this is concerned. What will be your prediction?
I think it's going to be a 2-1 win for Nigeria. I still think we would concede a goal, which I do not want, but if we're going to win without conceding, I'll be the gladdest person here, because I feel like it's time for us to start locking shop at the back. But I feel like we have a team that is, we have the highest number of goals in the group stage over every other team that has played, including the likes of Zambia, who were putting 6 behind Egypt. We went on to score the highest number of goals with 9 goals, and that is a statement that yes, we are a team that can score goals. Defending and not conceding is a different matter altogether in this particular competition, which is surprising, because this same defense was except the player in Ashley Plumter, this same defense was the defense that kept clean sheets in about 5 of the 7 games they played. So you understand that in the last Wafcon, which was just a year ago, so you understand why it is worrisome to a lot of people that we are conceding a lot of goals, and that was almost going to be a problem for us qualifying into the knockout stage because of the number of goals we were conceding. But yeah, we've done good. For us to keep a clean sheet with 10 players against Zambia, I think we can hold our own against Cameroon, but I still think it's going to be a 2-1 win for Nigeria. It's
been the most popular scoreline in the quarterfinal so far. We saw Morocco win by 2-1 against South Africa, and Algeria got a 2-1 victory as well in the first last 8 fixtures. So that's been the most popular scoreline, and Euphoria thinks that will be the reality for us in these two. But of course, Nigeria certainly hoping to start as the brighter of the two sides in the early exchanges, but Cameroon have 1 or 2 things to say about that to a team who know how to score goals, and having seen Nigeria concede 5 goals in this competition so far, 3 against Malawi and 2 against Egypt, they will believe that they can penetrate and go through that defensive block for the Super Falcons and put the ball beyond the back of the net and beyond Chiamaka Nadozie. And of course, when the two nations met in the month of March, Nigeria conceded in both games against Cameroon. That will be an interesting prospect as far as this is concerned. The quest for the opening goal is certainly on, and for the Super Falcons, they've not scored too many early goals in this competition. You have to wait until after the 20th minute before you think about goals for the Nigerian national team. I'm wondering if that trajectory will continue today, or the story will be different. It's all unfolding right before our eyes as we enjoy this watch along courtesy of vivxsports in here to describe for you what is transpiring on the pitch. Even Stevens' current scoreline is Nigeria and Cameroon battling for not just a place in the semi-finals of Wafcon 2026, but also a chance to be in the next FIFA Women's World Cup, a competition that Nigeria have been in from the very beginning in 1991. They want to be there again. They've never missed out in qualifying for for the Global Football Fiesta in the women's game. Interesting. Of course, the mindset at this stage will be who starts brighter. Perhaps just lay the marker and then build on that in the competition where we really have not seen Nigeria, come out like a house on fire in the first 10 minutes of games.
I mean, it's going to be one game where you expect, like I said, I expect the game to be won in midfield. Yeah. So I really don't see early goals. Maybe we'll have both teams settle in for the first 15 to 20 minutes before I expect a goal. Both teams will have to see I'll try to analyze the other team while still holding on to possession. Again, these are two teams who can hold possession. Yeah. For the game, so I believe that it's going to be again, I've already given my scoreline prediction, so I think it's not going to be early on we'll get those goals. Both teams are teams that walk their way into getting goals. I don't think we've scored a goal very early, except for Azato Shola's 8-minute strike. I don't think we've scored any goal within 10 minutes in this competition yet, despite scoring that many goals. So I think that it is going to be a little bit of take it easy and all, and that is why the coach is fielding this kind of players that he fielded today against the Cameroonians. And
the reason I'm not thinking again, of course, we know that the Caesar scored really early against Zambia, but after scoring that one goal, that was the end of the story. So I'm not thinking about that actually. You want to see the Super Falcons coming all guns blazing as they have done in 2 of their 3 group stage fixtures. Well, not really that much of guns blazing against Malawi, but they scored 2 goals towards the end. So the second half seems to be that magical time for the Super Falcons, as we saw more goals come to the fore against Egypt, of course, also in the second half, and that will be interesting. But the first 45 minutes have given us 7 minutes of play so far in Casablanca, and it's still Nigeria 0, Cameroon 0 as we await the opening goal of this game. The Nigerian contingent were playing in Rabat in the earlier rounds, and they had to travel to Casablanca for this stage because they did not top their group, which is what happens to you many times. You have to now start moving base. Could that be a cause for concern for them, changing location, cities?
I really don't think that will be an issue, seeing the fact that the girls were originally slated to play in Casablanca until last minute. Remember that this competition was supposed to be played in March, and then it was postponed to July due to I don't know what's the English.
They say it was the congestion of fixtures for Morocco.
I'm talking about the official language CAF used. CAF said for reasons they can't actually tell us. The other ones was because we're in the industry, so we kind of hear things outside the official source. But CAF did not give a particular reason. They just gave that reasons they could not they didn't give us a specific reason as to why they postponed it. But Super Falcons were supposed to play their games, at least their group stage games in Laobi Zaoli, that's in Casablanca, and when it was changed that we now have just 2 cities instead of 3, this competition was supposed to be hosted across 3 cities: Rabat, Casablanca, and Fez. Remember Fez? That was where Super Falcons were, Super Eagles were during the Wafcon for the first 4 games they played. The Super Falcons were supposed to play in Casablanca, some teams playing Fez, some teams playing Rabat. But July came, and then the next thing we heard was, it's going to be played in just Rabat and Casablanca, no more Fez, and that meant that Super Falcons had to go to Rabat to play their game. So coming back to Casablanca is more like home for them at this point, because the last time they played in Casablanca until the finals. They played all group stage games, the quarterfinal games against Zambia, the semi-final game against against South Africa last year. So this time around, it's just as if they are going back home, and that was where initially I'm sure that their head was going for, and that's where they are going to be playing. Maybe not the same stadium, but it's still in the same vicinity, the same weather. And the girls are already used to having to play in summer in Morocco. This is not the first time they were playing summer. This is going to be the 3rd time they are playing in summer in Morocco. So you understand that shouldn't really be an issue for them. And again, they played in Casablanca and they won. They went to Rabat and they beat the host in Rabat. So I don't think that would really be an excuse for the girls. Out of the 25 last year, we had 18 of them returning for this particular competition. That's continuity, and that is a team that already understands most of the basics to be able to play in this competition.
Amazing stuff. More of your expectations and predictions pouring in at this stage. The Super Falcons to beat Cameroon by 3-1. That's according to good luck Paul Bassi, who's sharing his thoughts with us. Thank you so much. Good luck for that. Good luck to the Nigerian team. That's Enongo, who's also speaking to us, and Joshua Gaius, looks like you are perhaps French or Cameroonian at least, says it will be Nigeria beating Cameroon by 4-2. Incredible. Keep them pouring in if you can, as we consistently try to decipher what's happening on the pitch in Casablanca while Nigeria Super Falcons battle their big rivals. Nigeria, by the way, have beaten Cameroon multiple times. There's just been one draw in the mix, and there's been 12 victories for the Super Falcons. They've only lost once to Cameroon in the Women's Africa Cup of Nations, and that's something they sure can be proud of as they push for even more successes. They like 10 wins, one draw, and it's like 11 wins, 1 draw, and just 1 defeat to the Cameroonians in 13 previous meetings. This is meeting number 14 for them in the Women's Africa Cup of Nations, and so the record certainly is in their favor. But again, records don't play football. It's about what you bring to the fore on the day, and Cameroon coming to this fixture as the team top of their group. It's Nigeria who are maybe not on that same pedestal as to their form from previous editions of the competition. These two sides met in the quarterfinals of the Wafcon just a few years back, and it was Nigeria who beat Cameroon in that. And it is the Super Falcons who are sporting the all-white outfit. Cameroon are on the green top on the red shorts.
More like white striped. White striped shirts. I'm wearing glasses, and this is the shirt in which they were in when they won the last one. So when it comes, that's a position of they're wearing the shirts that brings on good luck. I kind of think that this is a shirt in which they wear when they get to play some of the best football we've seen them play.
Incredible stuff. As far as best football is concerned, it's a combination between these two nations. I grew up thinking that Cameroon were a West African country because they share border with Nigeria through the Bakassi side of things, but officially they are a Central African nation. There's friendship, there's rivalry too, there's everything between these two countries, and a bit of concern already for a player of the Super Falcons who
missed out,
missed out. And then I thought there was this stepping on her. Okay. Good enough, I think she'll escape that. So that's a free kick for Nigeria. Chiamaka Nadozie will take the long player out. So Ryan against Super Falcons are attacking from right to left. Cameroon are playing from left to right. Certainly Nigeria trying to up the ante with the passes and having some bright exchange in these 12 minutes of action we've seen so far. Michelle Alozie has the ball for the Nigerian contingent. They go backwards. Yes, she will. Back to her goalkeeper, Chiamaka Nadozie, who has been voted the best goalkeeper in Africa for the last 2 years now. Struts her stuff for Brighton in the Women's League in England. That's Nigeria trying to walk their way forward. The Cameroon will regain possession, albeit losing it almost immediately. Shaking in the middle of the park in defence, helping the Nigerian stars as they try to align a strategy by the Anabiru. Who don't mind getting that ball from that right-hand side. But just seems to be what we're seeing in the early exchanges. Misplaced passes from the two nations. Cameroon, one of the centre backs with the ball now. Iajo. Opening up for her is Yakana. That's to Yakana, brings in Mayong. And this one is bobbling at this stage for sure. It's a free kick for Cameroon, who see the first yellow card in the game. And that yellow card will go to Michelle Alozie. This is quite concerning because that'll make her get extra careful. And I thought that was an unnecessary one. She was just dragging onto the jersey of the Cameroonian player. This is the same Michelle who people complained about, led to that penalty that Egypt had in the game a few days back. Ironically, she was the best player in the fixture against Zambia Awards. Just seems to be that topsy-turvy thing around the lady who's sound academically and also plays in the USA.
I mean, it's a very, very unnecessary yellow to consider at this point of the competition or at this point of the game. And I mean, not just because of her, the fact that you also have to reason that with this kind of thing now, you are also putting yourself at risk playing the semi-finals or the final if you progress. This yellow already puts her at risk of missing the finals, because semi-finals, get a yellow, she's automatically missing the final, and you don't want your best players missing out due to things like this, especially when they are avoidable. I felt like that was really unnecessary there. And yes, the player was in front of her, but there were other players that would have covered for you at that point, and you have pace, so I don't know why she couldn't go band on band with her like she just did right now. And she went on to pick a very unnecessary, I wouldn't say silly yellow at this point, because that one against Cameroon, also against Egypt, was still arguable, because people would felt like, oh, she was unfortunate to be there. It was silly too, but this particular one is even more surprising, coming from a player of her rank who has played. This is going to be her third Wafcon. Yeah, she played in 2022. The team was there also last year, and this is your third Wafcon. This should not be a mistake coming from you. If this is Imoran who is making her debut in this competition, I can actually take my eyes off it. But Alozie, that shouldn't be you.
The 29-year-old just took a throwing for Nigeria, and Cameroon will find a way to get these back into the territory of the Super Falcons, who have options in their ranks. Alozie, by the way, playing for Chicago Women in the United States of America. She has the ball again. Lady whose brilliance in the medical field is something people talk about. Quick 1-2. Alozie seems to be shaking this game.
And then
got a 1-2 with her teammates and just almost ran the ball out of the pitch. Good thing is Cameroon had the final touch. Another throwing for Nigeria on the near side. That's the left hand side of attack. Alozie will take it.
Alozie will take it, and she's, the first 15 minutes she's looking really sluggish on the ball. That pace is something concerning, and I really hope that she snaps out of it, because you're one of the players that the team would like to bank on. Like I said, a team that started with a lot of players who are known to retain the ball, or who are best at retaining the ball or retaining possession. When we're going to go forward or try to maybe break from the flanks, and one of our best players on the pitch is on your flank in Risola Babajide, so you have to be very, very careful not to be the person that will drag the team back when it's time for counter attacks. And I hope that she has learned her lesson and will pick up form in the rest of the game. We have less than 75 minutes to go regulation time.
Well, Cameroon have a slight edge to the possession stats. They've had 54% of the possession, 46 for Nigeria. Another misplaced pass by the Super Falcons. Maylin Keith intercepts play for the Central Africans. And just when Cameroon were trying to cook something and go forward with a pass, it was stopped. And it's going to go all the way now to Toko, towards that left-hand side for the indomitable Lionesses. Three-time finalist in the Wafcon, still experiences against Nigeria. And it's just a funny thing how life works sometimes. Cameroon have stopped Nigeria's Super Eagles in 3 AFCON finals. In 1988, 2000 in Lagos. And also they got the better of the Nigerian contingent. And then the AFCON final, they've stopped Nigeria 3 times in the final of the Africa Cup of Nations. And then when it comes to the Women's Africa Cup of Nations, Nigeria have stopped Cameroon 3 times in the final. This is where P-Square will say, do me, I do you. Man no go vex. This one even more man no go vex too. More of your predictions are dropping. I'm going to go back to the comment section to read more of those comments of yours shortly. But right now it's a chance to see Eche Guinea alongside Oladipo and Demehin, as Cameroon have a player who's down after 17 minutes of action. No goal scored yet. Still Cameroon nil, Nigeria nil. And some pausing play. It's going to be a free kick for the indomitable Lionesses when their player is back on her feet. But right now there's that break as Chiamaka Nadozie tries to set up her defensive units. Isiego underscore court says it's going to be Nigeria 6, Cameroon 1. Okay.
Mommy.
Busy Liode says Nigeria 5, Cameroon nil. That's what you say will be the final score. It's lovely. And we're going to see that player who's been down for a while get back on her feet and walk out. Toko step out before returning to the pitch. Good thing is she was able to get out by herself. Free kick now this is for the indomitable Lionesses. In the mix you take this will be the presence of Nzana, who's the captain of the side and also left full back. Feels like her left foot may just be a Roberto Carlos-esque kind of feeling around the place. She plays for Dijon women in France. spelt as Dijon, pronounced otherwise. So, we'll take the shot beyond the wall! Incredible, insane! Cameroon have scored!
What a free kick!
Well, the free kick was out of this world. Sometime in 2004, Arsenal coach has scored a free kick for Nigeria against Cameroon in the Wafcon. In 2026, the indomitable Lionesses have gotten revenge. And this goal is something that we've spoken about for days and weeks to come, for sure. Well, just when I thought Nzana was going to take it, Njajo stepped up instead with her right foot. Chiamaka Nnadozie went for the ball towards her right side, but could do nothing about it. That one was fired like thunder. Nnadozie couldn't put asunder. Cameroon go top, Nigeria go under. It's Cameroon leading the Super Falcons 1-0. Wow.
What was the word there? That was a very superb free kick. Nnadozie got her fingertips to it, but she would just assist the goal into the back of the net, and that was a very fantastic free kick routine from Cameroon there. And I mean, what a goal! One of the goals of the tournament, if you ask me. And Nigeria would definitely be biting their nails right now, seeing that particular free kick, or that particular foul that led to the free kick, was something really avoidable there, and it was a very, very nonchalant kind of defending from Abiodun and Ochejini.
The Super Falcons could respond now with the ball squared through from the right hand side. The right connection came through there for Nigeria, and what a glorious save from goalkeeper Bihana for Cameroon. And this game has really come to life. It's a corner kick for Nigeria. The Super Falcons wanting to respond almost immediately. The captain of the side, Ajibade, with the cross.
Gift Monday, it was too heavy, the touch for her there, and the goalkeeper also had a hand to it. But beautiful cross and beautiful eyesight from Ajibade there to get that particular connection to Gift Monday. They've gotten the corner from there, and maybe they'll use their own set piece to get back into the game. Ajibade to take.
Yeah, she's going to take it as an in-swing out, the cross from the left-hand side. Ball launched into the penalty area of Cameroon, and the indomitable Lions want to hit Nigeria on the fast break. It's 3-on-4. And, well, they've taken too much time. Good play for the Super Falcons. Abiodun certainly helping out alongside Oladipo from that right-hand side of defending. Switching play now from the right to the left, and Cameroon will regain the ball again and regain possession one more time. But it's Nigeria who are trying to respond almost immediately after conceding that glorious free kick from the indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon, who lead by a goal to nothing after 22 minutes. Those of you who are saying it was going to be Nigeria 5, Cameroon 0 and the likes, I'm sure you'll be changing your predictions now, wouldn't you?
Obviously, I mean, I'm still on course. I already knew we were going to concede, because I mean, look at the defensive and shifts put in there before they got that foul that led to the free kick and of course led to the goal. I already knew that we were still very suspicious in our defending. That looks like a foul, but
says play on, man.
Play on. Yeah, maybe the VAR will call for that, but advantage to Cameroon now. But like I said, still on course for my prediction. Then the Super Falcons will have to come back in this game. But remember the last time they went behind first in this competition, they tried to come back, but it was just too late for them. And that game against Malawi, where it was 3-2 at the end of the day, but they couldn't make it when it counted. And this particular time around, you have to remember that nothing like a draw will suffice. They will have to play till the end, and might also lead into penalties at the end of the day to decide who goes on to meet Morocco, who goes on to get the automatic ticket to Brazil, and who goes on to get the bragging rights for the day, because this is about bragging rights too, whoever gets to win today. And so far so good. It is Cameroon who are in front and who are going to be smiling if the scoreline ends like this at the end of 90 minutes.
Players having to take a bit of water, so they don't have Kostas as star for the Super Falcons. He's currently on the top. Rashid Ajibade speaking to the center referee, perhaps complaining about something. So again, we'll have another break as I go back to your comments with vivxsports. Please don't forget to click on that subscribe button as we enjoy these watch-along experiences. We have all of these tantalizing flashes on the cards. We're seeing again that glorious free kick from Cameroon that led to the goal. Chiamaka Nadozie dived. She touched the ball a bit, but man, it felt like a bullet, the strike. She could do nothing about it as she's stopping it. And this says Madugu is the best coach, and it's showing. Anatomy Nest. Well, you are talking. I think that's you being sarcastic now towards the coach of the Super Falcons. Joseph Sunday, V3U says, I'm just happy. I know.
There's concern there.
Oh, it's actually Michelle Alozie who had been down all this while. She's back on her feet, but still doesn't look like she's 100%.
Interesting.
A good place. Free kick for Nigeria taken just by the byline towards the left-hand side of attack.
I'm not sure if she's
now
ready.
They're playing with 10 women.
Yeah, 10 women. Even if she's ready to come on now, she will have to wait for a minute, as the rules now state once a player goes out like that for a medical concern, to come back on, you would have to play with how the player.
Cross for Nigeria from that right hand side, Euphoria. And just when I thought there was going to be a connection, Cameroon have defended
well, and Nigeria not being the places they're supposed to be at that point in time. Cameroon are owning the possession, owning the ball. Like I said, a game of where two teams would want to keep possession, and I mentioned that looked like why he started a lot of those players who can retain the ball. But so far so good, they've not shown that particular trait that they are very good at. Echejini, Abiodun, the person that has maybe shown a bit of that is the captain of the side in Rashidat Ajibade, and that is how we would continue to see Cameroon lead until these girls decide to step up for that particular one.
2 shots on goal for Nigeria in the fixture, 1 on goal for Cameroon, and that led to their goal. So it's not about the attempts, it's about being precise. Rachel Ababajide wouldn't mind moving forward for Nigeria from this left-hand channel, twisting and turning. Has a bit of support. And there's a call for a free kick for the Super Falcons, but the centre referee says play on. So Cameroon will come forward again. Long ball for them, trying to catch Nigeria off guard. And there's the presence of Ohale and Demehin doing their job in the centre-back partnership.
Doing their job there, but again, I think the Falcons have to be very careful to ensure that advantage played, to ensure that they are not going down easily in the box, because it looks like the referee is not in the mood to be giving any free kick or any calls for the team. Oh, well, that doesn't look like a foul.
I think it was from my POV.
She made it look like she was stepped on.
There was a Nigerian argument. Uchebe had complained initially that she should have gotten a free kick for Nigeria. I think perhaps that frustration was vented, but we just see again that cross from Rashidat Ajibade and how it should have been Nigeria's leveler immediately from Gibbs Monday, but she just didn't really get enough power on the ball, and the little touch of hers made it easier for goalkeeper Bihina to make the save for Cameroon at that time. That's a sign that Nigeria can be dangerous when they go forward. Perhaps they need to go forward a bit more. Interesting reality for us in Casablanca. Christy Ochebe helping out with the passes from that back line. Oladipo has it now from the right hand side of defending for Nigeria. Trying to go forward. They're searching for options. Ajibade wouldn't mind getting the ball again from that right. We've seen what her crosses can do. Gibbs Monday has just been fouled, or so I thought. Yes, the referee alludes to that fact. Free kick for Nigeria, not too far away from the halfway stage of the pitch in the half of Cameroon.
Again, I think that this is a game of physicality. So far, so good. The Cameroonians look to be winning with the way they've been bodying the Super Falcons, even when they are not with the ball. And then in a lot of those times, they've been able to win back possession. Again, like I said, this is a game where the team or the game will be won in midfield. And so far, they've been controlling the pace of the game. They've been in fact, anytime they are off the ball, you're more scared of their team than the Nigerian team that is with the ball. So it's something that needs to be checked very early on. I'm not seeing play especially from the left. I've seen more of play from the right and from the Nigerian side from the flanks. It's something that should be remedied in time if they want to get back into this game as early as possible, because I mean they need that morale to be able to bounce back early and of course try to win this game and get that automatic World Cup tickets. I keep saying it's automatic because there's still chance for anyone who loses today to go through the part of playoffs. Right? Yes, you get to play continental playoffs. World Cup
for the men. I don't want to hear playoffs.
Thank you. That's why.
It'll be like mosquito noise in my ear. I'm just joking, by the way.
Just win here. Let's be going. But yes, there's still time for the Nigerian team. About 62 more minutes regular time minus added time to be able to come back into this game and win. That's if they are not going to even play extra time, because if the game ends in a draw, extra time, and of course we get to see penalties decide the proceeding if nothing separates them at the end of 120 minutes. But so far, if it goes like this, Cameroon will be qualifying for the World Cup automatically, and Nigeria would have to go meet the likes of South Africa, Cote d'Ivoire, and whoever gets to lose in that game between Malawi and Ghana later on tonight to be able to get their path to the World Cup. And that means they will not be defending this title that they won last year. Remember, they are the defending champions. They won it for a record 10th time last year in the same Morocco. And this time around, they are at risk of losing what they won. And this is, if they end up not winning, it will be the first time that they are not doing a back-to-back win. At least they are always defending the title at least once in a stretch. In the 1998 edition down to 2004 or 2006, 2008. Sorry, they won it 5 in a row.
Equatorial Guinea stepped in, right?
Equatorial Guinea stepped in 1-1. Yes, and then they went on to win twice. Equatorial Guinea won again. Super Falcons went on to win 3 times: 2014, 16, and 18. And then what's their name? South Africa came on 2022, and now Super Falcons are back with the title in 2024 that was played in 2025, and this time they'll be looking to ensure that they continue that streak. But the very important one, as everyone knows, is the one that is at stake for at least today. Anyone that wins today still has to play the semi-finals and the finals, but anyone that wins today knows that they've gotten the first and primary assignment for them as a country, as a team, done, which is qualify for the FIFA Women's World Cup that will be holding in less than 360 days from now. It's less than a year. It's going to be holding in July in Brazil. So yes, you need that particular tickets automatically. Just win today, and you've gotten yourself it's automatic tickets to Brazil as a team. And Nigeria are also at risk of breaking a record. They are one of the 7 teams that have always qualified for a women's World Cup since inception. Since it started, Nigeria has always qualified for the World Cup, and if they do not qualify today, pending the playoffs, it means that they are at risk of breaking the record of being one of the teams that will always be at the World Cup. The others being the likes of Brazil, US, Germany, Sweden, Japan. There's 7 of them. I'll check that and I'll bring it up during the game. But so far, possession-wise, the Super Falcons are still trailing, but they've won possession now. Let's see if they will be able to keep it. Again, they've lost it.
Yeah, Cameroon, the ladies on green and red, playing from left to right, have the ball again. This from Irem Chibuike. It's interesting. And Ima Jesus 1089 speaks to us too and says, bring the cup back home. Girls, wishing you all the best from Bangkok, Thailand. So Ima Jesus 1089 is based in Thailand. Thank you so much. Great to hear from you. Ime Etuk 09E says it's going to be Nigeria beating Cameroon by 3-1, while Joshua Gaius believes that it will be a 3-1 win for Nigeria in this fixture. Nigeria 2, Cameroon 1. That's what Ime Etuk is saying. Cross for the Super Falcons from the left hand side. Deflected out for what I thought was a corner kick, but apparently was a goal blown down the other hand from Inshallah Babajide. So that's a goal kick for Cameroon. And the shot stopper will be taking this shortly. Again, to remind you, Cameroon are attacking from left to right, so you have the mental picture. Nigeria playing from right to left with the white outfit that has green stripes on it. Long clearance towards the halfway stage of the pitch. Super Falcons to return it somewhat back to sender. And have the ball again. Wouldn't mind launching their way forward. Inshallah, Babajide Singh gives money, push to the top, and Nigeria calling for a free kick. The referee says no play on again.
I mentioned the referee doesn't look really interested in that, and they've played a game in which they were not getting as many favorable calls to them as they should have against Zambia, and they played like a more disciplined team. I'm wondering why they are waiting for the referee to be on their side when it's obvious that she is not interested. Play your game and play on continues.
Another call for a free kick for Nigeria. The referee says no play. Rashida Tajibade gets back on her feet almost immediately. Now there will be opportunity for Nigeria to go on. Sinachi Ohale in the mix from that right hand side. It's a throwing for the Super Falcons. Ajibade opening up to get the ball. The 26-year-old captain of the Super Falcons plays in PSG in France. There's several Wafcon victory stories to share from the 2018 experience down to 2024. Ohale, Michel Alozie brings in Babajide for Nigeria. Lovely passes, but Chegine could not be found at that time by Rinshala, who would have a second chance again. We pass her marker. Quite a tall figure she is, and she gets a throwing from
and then
Super
the
Falcons.
strength that she exudes is really majestic to watch. You could see how she tried to body two players right there. Did it the first time, second time, and still being able to keep the ball in possession for Nigeria. Something that we always need in a game as physical as this.
Throwing for the Super Falcons by Michel Alozie. A long one that was, but headed out by Cameroon. Back to Alozie again. Across now from the left wing. Finding a teammate who's connecting header. The captain Ajibade gets straight into the arms of the goalkeeper for Cameroon, and Nigeria have become a better bunch since after conceding that goal. But you're going to be asking yourself, did they have to wait to concede before stepping up?
Definitely, in a game of games like this that can be won with a one-goal margin, you would not want to concede unnecessary goals that could have been avoided. Because I still feel like that goal would have been avoided. It's a superb goal. I'm not taking anything away from the goal, but what led to the goal was that free kick, and it was a very, very unnecessary foul from the players of the Super Falcons. And with that, they are behind and chasing the game in the first half so
Cameroon
far.
walking their magic from the right-hand channel, and great job really from Osinachi Ohale, who doesn't just defend but also finds her teammates, or so she thought. It's out for a throwing for Cameroon on the near side here. That's the right-hand side of attack for the indomitable Lionesses, nation who have experienced what it's like to be at the World Cup in the past and would like to be there again. Same story for the Super Falcons. Free kick for Nigeria. And Biodun with her green hair was fouled there, and there will be Demain taking the free kick for the Super Falcons just outside the penalty area of Nigeria. Expected goals for Nigeria 1.9, expected goals for Cameroon 0.2. Cameroon are the ones who lead by goals to nothing right now.
Definitely, when you are the team that have scored the most goals so far in the competition in the group stage, maybe not so far anymore because other teams have played more games than they have, you will understand why this team is one of the feared. Okay, now the referee has finally decided to go to her pocket again, and this time around it's a Cameroonian. Like I said, a physical game, and the Cameroonians have been showing so much physicality in this game, and Echegini is the one who got the airball to her face and would draw a yellow card there for Myong in that particular position. Saw that chance for Ajibade, which was a shot, well, say a chance on target, yes, a chance at goal, but that was saved, and Nigeria still need a goal in this game to get back in the game. So
takes the free kick for the Super Falcons and intercepted by Cameroon. So it's a yellow card apiece, one to Michel Alozie of Nigeria and one to Mayong of Cameroon. The scoreline has disparity around it. It's the indomitable Lionesses who lead Nigeria. Super Falcons trailing by a goal to nothing in this, and Ajibade has that ball, has a marker around her too. In fact, it was Gibbs Monday who went all the way towards the right side to support. Ohale get them in the mix too, and then it's Michel Alozie. Change of play, switch off play from right to left. Michel Babajide has it now. Abiodun, ball just rounded the center circle area in Nigeria's half. Now they're running into Cameroonian territory. Rashida Tajibade will hold on to these from the right hand side. Has her marker in front of her. He's forced backwards for a bit. And Cameroon may just have done a good job in defending. It's a foul against Nigeria, so it's a free kick for indomitable Lionesses. Christy Uchebe there, being desperate to get to that ball. Apparently was guilty of some misdemeanors in the eyes of the referee in the process.
I actually felt like that was a foul against her, but I mean, the referee. Again, like I said, you will not get all the favourable calls your way. Another showing or another replay at that chance in which gives money. Cutting a very brilliant goal, but I mean, you also have to give it to the goalkeeper who was also at alert to ensure that didn't go in and got a hand to that ball because it was going straight into the net if that had not been directed by the goalkeeper. Gives Monday's efforts earlier on after conceding.
Nigeria have the ball from the right hand side of attack. Chance for another cross to come from that territory. Yes, there is! And the shot stopper for Cameroon. Bina had to come out to punch that out, and Cameroon have escaped unscathed. Now trying to hit the Super Falcons with a fast break, but the momentum has died down a bit. Nigeria back in shape defensively. The crosses seem to be the most delicate part of the play from the Super Falcons so far. Maybe they need to pump in more of those crosses from that right hand side of attack. The ball goes back to goalkeeper Chiamaka Nadozie, who has options in front of her as the Demeyin option or Osinachi Ohale. And Nigeria will go towards the right hand side to find the young star Ladipo, best defender in the Women's League in Italy last season. Oops, Mishala Babajide is out for Nigeria. Perhaps an injury concern coming in for Haizuchi Nakano, who we saw score with her first touch off the ball in that 6-2 victory against Egypt. Super Falcons have the ball again from the right hand side. Lovely twisting and turning, calling for a corner kick. Yes, there will be the corner kick for Nigeria. Looks like Rishala Babajide, not too sure why she had to be taken off, but it's glaring. It's potentially an injury concern. So corner kick for Nigeria. Gift Monday on the pitch, Uche Nakano on the pitch. These two players were shining stars for the Super Falcons in the win a few days back. They could help out again in Nigeria's quest for success here. Well, these from Francis Aguirre 4312 says, don't waste your time on this game because they are playing like they didn't train before coming to the match. Well, now they have a corner kick, Nigeria. Ball launched in from that right hand flank. Michelle Alozie will have it. Is there space for a shot? She tries one. But body's on the line for Cameroon to clear it out for what I thought for a second was going to be a throw for Nigeria. Good thing is the Super Falcons still have the ball. Oladipo.
Good communication
yes,
there.
Abiodun did. They move from right to left. Michelle Babajide is no longer on the pitch, so it'll be nice to see who tries to dominate for Nigeria from this left flank. It's Uche Nakano, who missed out on the last Wafcon, by the way, and complained and wished she was there, but at the age of 29 she has a chance to be in this one. Now the throwing, Michelle Alozie was chasing, or wasn't she? Now it's out for a goal kick for Cameroon. So we're not too far away from the halftime break, and you think the push should have given us something, right?
It looks so, but also looks like she tripped in that position, so it's really dicey, and I'm sure that's why VAR did not really look at it.
Oops, two players down, one for Nigeria, one for Cameroon. A clash of bodies. Esther Abiodun seems to be in serious pain at this stage. We have a chance to watch the replay. Well, they just collided away from the ball completely. I hope that they get better. Esther looks like she came out worse off it.
Yeah, Abiodun actually, Deborah
Abiodun, pardon me.
And got the knee to her stomach, and that's another chance at goal for Nigeria. But some save, yeah. Again, can't see
Chegini,
who missed out on the last game. Yeah, had a really solid game against Zambia and missed out on the last one with a suspension, but is back on the side now and will look to really play a very vital role if they would defend the title that they won due to her goal. By the way, she scored the winning goal against Morocco in that final, and she's here again to try to help this team come back. I mean, if it's coming back, they know how to come back in this particular team. Maybe not in this edition, but they've come back in this competition before, and she was there to witness, was a part of it, played a very huge part in it, also scoring that winner, or connecting from an assist from Estelle Kronkwo in that one against Morocco. So yes, if it is to come back, I'm sure that they have it in the tank to be able to come back, but they need to actually get more balls into the box if they are going to get anything like that. I mean, we've seen very good chances from the Nigerian side. It's not as if they've not had chances at goal. We saw the one in which Gift Monday tried one. We've seen others too. So we just saw the replay of that of Echejini. So I mean, it shows that they actually have eyes for goal. To score it is now the issue. We wait to see if they will be able to convert today.
So far it's Cameroon who have found the back of the net. Yaju with that incredible free kick in the 19th minute of the game, and that's the difference between the two sides here as we get ready to head to the halftime break shortly. Possession in the camp of the Super Falcons.
It's very
She finds Michelle Alozie on the left side of defending.
A very physical game so far, and Cameroon have been putting bodies. I think it's basically their strength. They are playing to their strength, and I need the Super Falcons to be able to find their own strength, because they played against a really physical side in Zambia and they came out tops despite playing over 40 minutes. Over an hour. If you add their time, over an hour with a player down, they were able to hold their own and still play like the better side, because they had more chances at goal. They were at the side with more of the possession. Oh dear.
Yeah, it's a scary moment there, really. And myself and Euphoria are just stuttering a bit, because we saw Demehin for a second or two, almost messing things up. China Kanu do a lovely twist and turn. Some leg over from this left-hand channel. Kanu still has the ball. 29-year-old gets support from Christy Uchebe. Uchebe's cross. Sees Nigeria still holding on to this ball. Well, some corner kick will come the way of the Super Falcons, which is not bad at all. And could be another attempt on goal. Rashidat Jibade stepping up to the plate.
Having
the captain that she wants to be
a solid, a better game, most will say, than the last one against Zambia, but something similar to the performance against Egypt. I beg your pardon. Yeah, she got a goal, but she was not on her best. We saw her play some of her best football for the Super Falcons in Zambia. Now again, she's having to be that leader that they are relying on to motivate the team. And so far, she has been putting in her shift, and let's hope that the team will be able to convert something before halftime.
Chegini takes that corner kick from the right hand side with her right foot as an outswinger. And it's Nigeria who would see Cameroon trying to defend. So Falcon still keeping the ball in play, though. Uchebe
very good recovery from Uchebe there to ensure that they get that one. Added time in the first half is 4 minutes, and we've played about 30 seconds in. And we would see whether Nigeria will be able to get back into this game, or Cameroon will be able to add one before the half-hour mark, or this will just stay the way it is before we return for the second half.
Lovely play for Abiodun. Cross for Nigeria from the left flank, and Cameroon again defending astutely in the closing exchanges of the first 45, throwing for the Super Falcons. Michelle Alozie takes that throw in quickly, headed out by Cameroon. Another one for the 10-time African champions. Alozie will be launching this forward again one more time. She had to spend a longer time before joining her teammates in camp in Morocco, because she was involved in some World Cup activities in the USA. Clearance for Cameroon. They have been holding their own as Abiodun gets the ball back for the Nigerian contingent. 3 passes seamlessly. Rashidat Jibade will hold on to this now. Another cross from the captain.
Oops.
And goalkeeper, well, Bihina of Cameroon makes that save. And may just have been hot in the process.
A solid shift from the goalkeeper there. So far in this half, she has been she's the difference between the two teams so far, and why the scoreline still remains at 1-0, because the Nigerian side has kept on launching very, very notable attack towards her in the box there.
You're just watching again, right? Chegine, if she had gotten the right connection with the ball, could have been a shot on target and potentially go. Yeah. Similar to what we saw Gibbs Monday also do. The absence of connecting well enough to those crosses.
I mean, Gibbs Monday had a shot on
doing so far.
Monday actually had a shot on target. The Chegine is the one who is surprisingly not putting anything meaningful in that particular position she got herself into. And again, Nigeria still have about a minute plus to try and get an equalizer in this game, else they would be going into the half.
Just mess things up as to their communication there, and Cameroon will get the ball again. A rare chance for the indomitable Lionesses to go forward, and Alozie regains play for Nigeria. Opening up far towards the left hand side is the colleague Nakano has been on the pitch and is having some good impact, and she took the place of Rishola Babajide, who was substituted with suspects for injury reasons. We don't have confirmation yet. At halftime, hopefully we'll get even more information to share with you. But Ajibade will not mind crossing again from that right side for Nigeria. Another connecting attempt was straight into the arms of goalkeeper Bihina of Cameroon, who's been showing quality, and she shows she's not a beginner. Her name is Bihina. Uche Nakano was the one with that shot on target. Super Falcons in the last 15 minutes have really upped the ante, but are still yet to score.
Less than 30 seconds to try and get that goal.
Free kick for Nigeria. Yes, Michelle Alozie. Will she have time to take it? So the centre referee signal the end of the first half. We'll see again another cross. That cross from Ajibade.
Yeah.
You know, and Uche Nakano got some touch to it. Again, not enough power when those shots come in, so it makes it easier for goalkeeper Bihina to save for Cameroon. But at least they are knocking on the door, and even the Holy Book says if you keep knocking on the door, it's going to be open for you at the center stage. Alozie takes the free kick for the Super Falcons into the heart of Cameroon's defense. Bihina punches out, and then the referee says pause play for a bit. Super Falcons are not too sure what the referee is doing exactly, and Rasheedat Ajibade has to go speak to the official. In fact, Usinachi Ohale is saying, why did you blow the halftime whistle? That's what the players are complaining about. Just when Nigeria thought they could keep attacking, the referee decided to blow the halftime whistle. So it's halftime in Casablanca. Well, Nyaju, with that incredible strike from a free kick in the 19th minute, has ensured that Cameroon going to the break leading Nigeria's Super Falcons, their nemesis from Genesis, by a goal to nothing. And Nigeria have had their own fair share of chances. Uche Nakano came off the bench to take the place of Rishola Babajide, and she's had a shot on goal. There's also been a Chegine squandering an opportunity to trouble the goalkeeper. She had an earlier strike that led to a save from goalkeeper Bihina. Rasheedat Ajibade has been the shining light with crosses are plenty from the right hand side. We've also seen Gibbs Monday come close to netting for the Super Falcons, but all of these things have counted for nothing so far. And heading into the halftime break, it's Nigeria 0, Cameroon 1. We do have a game on our hands for the second 45.
We have a game on our hands, and I mean it is 45 minutes to glory for Cameroon, or 45 minutes to glory, or 45 minutes from glory to story for them if Nigeria gets to come back in this one in the second half. But so far so good. If this is their plan coming into this game, they've executed it beautifully, rattled the Nigerians in terms of possession of the ball. Maybe before the final 15 minutes where we saw the Super Falcons start to get into rhythm in the game and try to launch a lot of counter attacks towards them. But before then, they kept possession, finished with a 40% possession at the end of the game. Pass accuracy 70%. They had very, very clean
corner kicks. Very
clean fouls too. It's not clean, but I mean they've not been booked more than once, just like the Nigerians too. You understand that they have played a game of their life so far in this first half, and if things end like this, they are finding themselves in the semi-finals and on the plane to Brazil. Super Falcons, on the other hand, have a lot of work to do, but the Cameroonians have their work cut out for them already.
Well, the stats are pushing a narrative for Nigeria, but the scoreline is a different ballgame entirely. 60% of the possession for Nigeria, 40% for Cameroon. 9 shots on goal for Nigeria. 9. 5 of those on target. Cameroon have had only 1 shot on goal. That was on target, and that was their goal. So it's about precision now. While Nigeria trying to make the right decision, Cameroon have precision. And that's why they lead by a goal to nothing heading into the break. 4 corner kicks for the Super Falcons. Cameroon have had none. But, like someone was saying, local parlance, who possession ep if you cannot use it to score a goal. And so the team who've had rare opportunities have made the most of theirs, while the team who've dominated with the starts are still trailing by a goal to nothing. Well, in a bit, we'll have a chance to pick your calls. You know how these things work with, right issues as to being able to broadcast stuff. You don't want us to lose this channel while we're trying to update you, or do you? Because the moment we give you that and then we lose the channel, you wouldn't have where to even have the updates from in the first place. So as you call in, please don't be asking me at that time, why you're not showing the game. It has to do with rights issues where you can talk about the game itself. And that's why we're here to describe the action for you play by play as it's happening. Thank you so much for joining us. We have a number +41. I'm not too sure which country that is. I know +44 is the UK, but we'll find out right now together. Hi, how are you doing? Welcome.
Hello?
Yes, thank you for joining us on vivxsports.
Please, I just want to find out, what is the goal now?
It's Cameroon leading Nigeria 1-0. A goal in the 19th minute, the difference between the two sides.
Okay, we hope that Nigeria will go on.
What country are you calling us from?
From Switzerland.
Oh, I saw the +41. I wanted to be sure. Great to hear from you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Right.
Pleasure.
Yeah, pleasure to hear from you. Yeah, bye-bye.
Yeah,
that's the home of FIFA who are being embattled or who are going through being embroiled in some issues at this stage with the president of the side, Gianni Infantino. I don't think I've seen FIFA put as many statements as I've seen in the last 1 week. It's been statements of plenty, just like UEFA too,
Yeah, I mean, it looks like the fight of UEFA versus FIFA, and everyone is trying to rally their allies. So it's, with likes of FIFA getting support from CAF, from some federations independently, and then UEFA getting from confederations. I mean, they've gotten from South America, from North America, they've gotten from Asia, and I mean, it's just showing that at the end of the day, when two elephants fight, the world is on a standstill, and that's what we are waiting for, to see how this is going to end. Because I mean, they can't keep on this kind of fire at each other. I mean, I also think that it's kind of some things that will broil until maybe after the elections of the FIFA presidents, whether we're going to have the man return in Infantino, or I mean, for a third term, or we'll see a new president since 2016 that he got into power.
All right, incredible stuff. And this one says the coach is a useless coach. Wow, why keeping Estelle Koronko on the bench? That's from Adeshino Kanu 9547. Wisdom 6884 says Estelle Koronko for who? I'm sure he's asking, who are you going to take out to bring a Koronko into the mix? And for Francis Aguirre 4312, your thoughts are CAF. Okay, well, he's saying they're not doing well by appointing a referee to officiate this game who doesn't know anything, as you put it. Now those days dropping in quality. That's what Wisdom 6884 is saying. And for Serial Casco 2138, your thoughts are bring in experienced players now like Asisat and Francesca Bodega. Incredible. You do have the phone number on your screen. If you're based outside Nigeria, just like the last caller who's in Switzerland, you can add the +234 before dialing the number, and if you're in Nigeria, just go with the 081 around the place. Okay, so feel free to drop your thoughts via the comment section on the YouTube stream, or put your call across, and let's have your say. Is there a chance for Nigeria to fight back in the second half? What do you think? Are we going to fight back in the second half? What do you think will be the final score? And after this Wafcon, should we stick around with Coach Justin Madugu for the next World Cup, or do you think we should search for a new manager? These are all things you can talk about. And what changes would you like to see the coach make in the second half to make Nigeria a better unit in their quest to get the leveler and potentially go on to win the game? The number is on your screen. You can dial that right now. If you're outside Nigeria, WhatsApp can help out. So you dial, on a regular line. Or if you're based in Nigeria, let me know too where you're watching us from right now. I'd like to hear that from you for sure. Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, Benin Republic, Cameroon, Abuja, USA, whatever it is, China, whatever it is, just let us know where you're listening to us. Hi, how are you doing? Hello, good evening. Okay, I'm sorry. What's going to help you is when you call in, just reduce the volume of your YouTube stream so it doesn't confuse you, all right? So we can just hear you via the phone. Hello, how are you doing? Yeah, I know you're waiting to hear how are you doing through YouTube before you respond. So just turn off your YouTube stream when you call in. I'm going to cut this call now. When you call in, please turn off your YouTube stream and listen to us via the phone. Hello. Okay, so yourself out and call me back if you can. I sure like to have you have your say. Like I said, when you call in, just turn off the YouTube stream completely so you can listen to us via the phone. Else, you're going to end up confusing yourself in the process. Lovely stuff. And even more coming through from you. It's Z01 says Esther was our best player in the last Wafcon. Why is she on the bench? Really asking for
I don't know why people keep. I'm not trying to belittle the player in which he is, but we have a call. Hello.
Yeah. And I'm saying it to the person now, and the person has still not done it. Amazing. I'm amazing. All right, thank you for cutting the call yourself too. So the sell out and call us back if you can. I'll try this one more time. If we still have the same headache, then we'll just focus on our analysis here in the studio. Hello, good evening. Okay, perhaps some people are trying to be mischievous, so I'm just going to take this off completely. No more calls for now. So yourself out and call us back if you can. Let's focus on reading your comments via the YouTube link. I'll go back to the phone lines as the minutes come and go. You were saying something about
I was talking about form. For the first game, and that was the most underwhelming I've seen Esther play in a very long time. And there was a reason for that. I have a reason for that. I am not the coach, I am not a player, but I mean, if you follow these girls in club football, football is still in season for those playing in North America. Okoronkwo plays in AFC Toronto in Canada, and she went off on a very long injury break this year. She was just coming back, and her team was just trying to ease her in. Came into the team, and then a player that has not played with her team in a very long time, wasn't even part of the girls that eventually got those friendlies against Senegal. Eventually couldn't play with them because she was still recuperating from injury. Got back, and just a few games after returning, she was already on the pitch of play. And then, I mean, the communication for the entire team against Malawi was definitely off, but she was one of those players that was the most underwhelming on her day. She came off the bench in that game against Zambia, also came off the bench in the game against Egypt, and she has really still not shown me that she is the same Okoronkwo that played last year. Not just playing last year, but I mean, even before we got there, she was one of the highest goal scorers in the qualifiers leading to the last Wafcon. She was one of the players that was instrumental to us getting back into the Olympics after missing out for 16 years. Her goals were really crucial. So yes, the coach is definitely most likely trying to ease her into this team. And again, a lot of people would understand why we are having a player like Gift Monday start. Gift Monday was explosive in the game in which he came in, provided 2 assists and scored a goal coming in as a substitute, which got her second. Like I said, if you're just joining the stream, this is Gift Monday's second ever start at a Wafcon tournament. This is her second Wafcon. She played in 2022, and this is her second Wafcon. But this is the first time second time she's getting a start in a Super Falcons team at a Wafcon. You understand how much she must have impressed on that day. So yes, while we can bring on players like Esther, it is not surprising that a player like Esther does not start. It would have been surprising if a player like Rinsola did not start after that performance, but unfortunately she was not able to continue this game and was taken off due to maybe injury, most likely injury, because I mean she was not at risk of getting maybe sent off or something. So yes, that would most likely be injury, but we'll get confirmation from that from the coach after the game.
We will for sure. Let's go in for a very short break right now. We'll be back shortly. We need to drink a bit of water so we don't have cause to stutter, because I'm hanging out with a lady who's an Ajebota, really. If others are hot, she's hotter. You know what I mean? She's somebody's lovely daughter for that matter. When we come back, okay, I think we have a +39 number here. Another person who's based outside Nigeria who's listening to us and watching the live stream. Let's see. Can I get this straight? Hello? How are you doing?
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Hello?
Yeah, it's great to hear from you. Good evening. Are you there?
Hello?
Yeah. Sorry, I think there seems to be a bit of a challenge. Two persons in the mix. +33 is why I need to master the art of getting all of these national
country codes.
And which is which. I know South Africa is +27 or something like that. This is +39. Let's see who he is and where he's calling from. Hello, welcome. Yes, thank you for joining us.
Hello?
Oh my. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Hello?
Highly spiritual, as someone would say. Let's see. Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Fantastic. Thank you for joining us.
I can hear you now. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, are you still live?
Yes, we are still on the live stream, vivxsports. Please, what's your name and where you're calling us from, please?
Yeah, I'll be watching you. My name is Elvis. I'm calling from Italy.
Oh, Italy has the +39 number. That's nice. Welcome, welcome, Chief.
Okay, I've been with you on stream, listening to the match. I will not say watching because we are not watching it. Okay, we are only listening to your
commentary.
The way you commentary. Okay. So the thing is that there is something I'll be trying to contribute ever since, but I'll be trying to get number. Okay. But I just want to share it with you because I know you will know more better than us because you are into the sports things, Yeah. So the thing is that why, if assistant Shola is on playing game, why are they giving Ajibade captain ban? The thing I don't really understand because I know that it's Shola that first Ajibade to be in the national team. So why are they? If maybe it's a 5 minutes or 10 minutes, they want to use Shola. They need to give her that ban. Why? What happened? Okay, Can you clarify us?
Okay, so the captain's armband is not based on age.
By age.
Kylian Mbappe was younger than Antoine Griezmann when he was captain of France, when Griezmann was still in the team. So it's just sometimes, coaches think that could even distract their star player. We've seen Neymar get Brazil's captain armband. At a point, they took it off him because they thought it applied too much pressure on the man. So it's not necessarily about anything. Ajibade was captain in the last Wafcon and she helped us win the tournament with Asisat also supporting. So that doesn't really cause any issue, though, except you think it should cause some issue. I'm sure you got.
Oh, I was thinking that maybe because we love all they are trying. We love I love the both girls. You understand?
Yeah.
So I was just thinking maybe they see that maybe Ajibade is now more. They try more than Shola. That's the reason why they are not giving the captain ban. That was what I was just thinking on
a coach.
On my own point of view.
All right, just the preference of the coach. And Asisa doesn't have an issue with that too. Thank you so much. Great to hear from you, Chief. Thank you. You are welcome. We are just pray that we win the match, okay? That's our prayer too, man. That's our prayer. Thank you so much. Let's go in for a very short break for a minute, and we'll be back to take you through the second half that's about to get underway. vivxsports with the magic.
Vibes are really good, kind of just buzzing off the win from last night. Spirits are really high and we're really excited for our next game. I think you just have to pay attention to the details before the game, during the game. Just be ready from moment zero, and just do work on both ends as much as you can. Yeah. I feel like we're all professionals, and I feel like we've all kind of been in similar situations like that. So just recognizing the things that have worked for us individually or as a team in the past and using that to prepare best as we can for the game. I feel like just playing with these girls. I always like coming together and playing together, the locker rooms, the vibes, everything. Sport's been extremely important. I feel like, honestly, we have one of the best fan bases in the world. They always show up every time, every game, every tournament, and I would like to just give them a shout out and let them know how much we appreciate them and ask for a continued support. It means a lot and it goes a long way. Vibes are really good, kind of just buzzing off the win from last night. Spirits are really high and we're really excited.
And it's the second 45, a desire for Nigeria and Cameroon to show who is fortified and make their fans satisfied at the end of the action. So far, it's Cameroon who have the advantage heading into the halftime break. They were celebrating that goal that Najou scored for them in the 19th minute of the fixture. But as to other stats, it was Super Falcons who dominated 60% of the ball. They controlled 9 shots on goal, 5 on target, 4 corner kicks. But the Super Falcons failed to score from all of those opportunities. Cameroon with just 1 shot on goal. That was the one on target. That was the one that was scored from that fantastic free kick of theirs. And we're in here. My name is Chuma Noli, in the mix with the ever delectable Euphoria Joy, and we're representing the amazing brand vivxsports right now. Of course, you can click on the subscribe button, please. Thank you for joining us, and keep your thoughts pouring in if you can, as we enjoy the watch along together, describing for you the play-by-play action from Casablanca in this third quarterfinal match of Wafcon 2026. Morocco and Algeria have already progressed into the semis, and it's now Nigeria and Cameroon battling. The winner of this game will go on to take on the host Morocco in the semi-finals. Well, that's on Wednesday or so, and of course we will have the final quarterfinal fixture later this night. That will see debutants Malawi take on Ghana. But Euphoria, at this stage the thought process will be, what should the coach change? What needs to change for the Super Falcons in the quest to not just get the leveler here, but go all the way to win?
I mean, for me so far, I think that it looks like we have put in so much bodies in the midfield, and we need more attacking-minded players. You would question why we have Echegini going forward more when we need players who are outright forwards instead. So we're hoping to see players like Esther Kurunko get thrown into the mix. Joy Omewa, who is also really, really good and knows how to score goals.
Well, Nigeria could punish Cameroon right now as they come forward. A bit of confusion, I dare say, discombobulation.
Confusion there, and I mean, again,
corner kick for Nigeria, by the way.
Corner kick for us, yeah, but Gift Monday is not just having her day today. I mean,
so it's Nigeria playing from left to right now. They've changed places. Nigeria playing from left to right. The green top with the white top with green stripes all around the place, mixture of both, and Cameroon are attacking from right to left. It's a corner kick for the Super Falcons from the right hand side of play for them, which in Nakano patiently waiting to see this, hoping he's going to come towards her path. Only one change made in this fiction, that was Uche Nakano, who came in for Rinshala Babajide. Captain Ajibade takes the corner kick, and it was corner. What did that guy say? A corner that he throwing. This one is corner at the goal kick or whatever it is.
It's a look penalty you're throwing, yeah. That was a very surprising corner from Ajibade. She has a very great corner set piece routine, and I mean, you can see frustration already creeping in for the Nigerian side. I also think that she's also complaining of the calls made by the fourth official earlier on, where she believed that Nigeria had a corner kick that was supposed to be given to them there, but it was given as a goal kick, and she was telling her that she use her eyes. You could see her telling her to use her eyes, like pointing to her eyes, tell her use your eyes, and that was supposed to be a corner kick for Nigeria. So maybe that frustration is what she's still playing with, but I need her to snap out of it, because her team needs her. Someone was already asking why she's captain. This is where she needs to show that yes, she has been the captain of this side now for about 4 years, if I'm not mistaken, since the likes of Desire and the likes of Onome B left the team, or retired from the team. The burden to move this team, this star-studded team, by the way forward, has fallen on her lap, and she has done really well with the team so far, leading the team to their first Olympic appearance since 2008, if I'm not mistaken. 16 years after that. Since
Beijing 2008.
Beijing 2008, she led them to Tokyo 2020. Sorry, Paris 2024, and then the next one was her being the person to lead them to Wafcon 2022, a fourth place finish. Unfortunate.
Just mention as you continue, there's some pause in play right now. 2 Cameroonian players are on the top. They clashed. I think it was a clash of heads. So there's some pause in play right now and no action going on.
Yes, and I can see Ajibade talking to the referee. I'm trying to understand why she's there. Maybe she's trying to tell them to hurry up and play. Maybe tell the players to leave. Oh, looks like she's the one that was the culprit for one of the fouls. And while the player was on the pitch, she kind of, she was the one on the foul. And the referee is having a word with her to ensure that she doesn't get a yellow card. And I need her to also play cautiously, because she is one of our most important players and would not want to, I don't know. When we missed Chegini in that game against Egypt, it showed, yes, we went on to win, but it showed that when some of your really core players are missing, there are certain parts of your play that will be affected. Egypt were just not the side to challenge a powerhouse like Nigeria, but we saw them do something when they went on to score 2 goals, one of those goals being a very crazy goal. So when you're meeting stronger teams, if you get to progress out of this place today, you're meeting teams like Morocco in the semi-final. You want your players to all be in the game, in shape,
and not to miss out like a chicken missed out for 2
Yes, so if you're meeting Morocco, you are at the verge of meeting maybe Algeria, Ghana, or Malawi. And if you're meeting such teams, bar Algeria, who I think are a team that Nigeria will easily beat, the other teams, you're meeting all these things, you need your players to all be available for selection. That is the word. The coach will decide who gets to start, but available for selection is one thing. We need all these players to be, and that was a very great cross into the box by Christy Uchebe, but again, the goalkeeper of Cameroon is having one of the games of her life. She might end up being the player who gets the player of the match award if this game goes on to end in a go-to meal in favor of the
Lionesses, right? They really want to roll like Lionesses at this time. And Cameroon just having to defend. Nigeria Super Falcons continue from where they stopped in the first half, which is attacking, and then the indomitable Lionesses hoping to hit the Super Falcons on the fast break. These teams have met 13 times in the past, as we mentioned. It's been 9 wins for Nigeria in open play, regulation time that is. 2 more wins through penalty kicks. So 11 victories for the Super Falcons in total. 1 draw in
the group stage.
The group stage, like you did say, and then one win for Cameroon. That one came in 2012 in Equatorial Guinea. The only time they have beaten the Super Falcons in the Wafcon was 14 years ago in Equatorial Guinea. So this will be some incredible achievement for them if they somehow go all the way to get victory in this. Another pause in play. Cameroon having a change of the captain's armband, because there will be a substitution for them, as we see Nzana stepping out. Nzana is heading out off the pitch. And, there'll be 2 changes for the indomitable Lionesses. Kome, one of those, about to come on. That could add some extra impetus for them. Dodo is on. And wow, serious business. Cameroon main serious business. Here's the goalkeeper again. Bigini will get that ball. That's for the indomitable Lionesses, who are playing from right to left. Clearance from goalkeeper Bigini. The Super Falcons regain possession again. Lovely play. Uchebe in the mix. Uche Nakano now. Ball square through from the left-hand side for Nigeria. Straight into the arms of goalkeeper Bihina again. Well, she's seen the ball more often than Chiamaka Nadozie has in this game. You would have thought Nakano should have launched the cross, but what she did felt like a shot on goal. Easy save for goalkeeper Bihina.
I think it's her not trusting Gift Monday well enough to try to square play that particular one, which would have been a better option there. But she's getting a foul called for her as she was fouled as Nigeria tried to go on the counter again, and that's a yellow for.
Yeah, right. Yellow card will go the way of the lady on jersey number 26, Yakana. Yeah, right full back.
Very necessary tackle, if you ask me, because Yakana was on the break, and she had to take one for the team and stop that counter, because anything can happen with this side that has scored 9 goals before today in just 3 games.
Makana gets that yellow card, and we see the coach of Morocco, Vioda, who led Spain to win the World Cup in 2023. He's the man who. It's incredible how that World Cup was 3 years ago already. The whole fiasco thing around who's kissing who.
Around the entire team. Even he himself got to leave the team because of that whole drama, because he was also implicated at a point. And now he was brought in by the Moroccans to finally give them that elusive title after missing out on back-to-back editions. He was with them in 2024.
Yeah, the last Wafcon that took place last year, his first experience, but this is the second now. He has more experience. They've lost only 1 game since he became their coach, only 1 Wafcon fixture, and that was the final defeat against Nigeria. Michelle Alozie set to take this free kick for the Super Falcons from the far side. That's the left-hand side of attack. Nigeria with as many as 4 players or so in the penalty area of Cameroon, who have now taken off their captain Nzana, and Dodo has come in for her. There will be a second substitution shortly. I think they are waiting for that. I'm not too sure what they're doing, but they have a player who's out, so they've paused the play for a bit. Nigeria will take the free kick now, finally, though they can do the substitution later. Super Falcons with the ball, which is Nakano from the left-hand side. Squares the ball through again. Connecting header for Nigeria, and Cameroon will defend for their lives. The Nigerian player is down. Returning shot will come through straight into the arms of goalkeeper Begina.
That looked...
more like Bihina now.
Bihina.
She really has had saves plenty in this game.
She's giving.
They happen with this substitution. I'm gonna do them now. Sorry guys, it's because the Cameroonian player has been on the line for ages waiting to be brought on, but she's still. It's like somebody who's supposed to be taken off is refusing to go out or something. Are they purposely doing this just to try and unsettle Nigeria? Is there a possibility? Well, the Super Falcons have gone with the play though. A throwing for them. Gives Monday with the possession from this right hand side. 2 players around her.
Very good to keep possession there after having to toil with about 3 players. But
Cameroon will get the ball back again. Clearance for the indomitable Lionesses. And they are struggling to hold on to this possession for a while, because Michelle Alozie gets it back for Nigeria. Demain supporting. Has Osinachi Ohale just by her right side. Goes for that option. Ohale brings in Oladipo, the young star. Cross for Oladipo for Nigeria from the right hand side. Unable to find gives Monday. Cleared out for a throwing for Nigeria. Cameroon are defending for their lives in this. The coach just watching. Quick throwing to Gibbs Monday. Indomitable Lionesses will clear one more time. Apparently Dodo, who's coming for the captain Zana, is now holding on from that left full back position. Struggling really with the final balls for Nigeria. Another throwing for the Super Falcons. It's still Nigeria nil, Cameroon 1. Do you say Cameroon 1, Nigeria nil? In this third quarterfinal fixture of Wafcon 2026, we're vivxsports. If you just join us right now, and we do these watch-alongs every time you have all of these exciting games involving African teams, so promoting the very best of African sports. So please click on the subscribe button. You know that you can have where to come to you when you want to be carried along with exciting drama. You can also turn on your notifications too, so once we go live, you're informed. Rashidat Jibade for Nigeria from the right hand side, the PSG lady. She's had the ball stifled off her. Cameroon trying to hit Nigeria on the fast break. And a great job by
Demerite.
Yeah, lovely stuff. She has seen herself punished in the past, and Sonechi Ohale and herself are walking hand in hand in the centre-back partnership. That goal in the 19th minute from Iyaju. Still the difference between the two teams. Oops.
Free kick for Nigeria, 60 minutes played, and you expect that we'll start seeing changes for the Super Falcons very soon, as they are still chasing this game. And I mean, seeing better in this half from Michelle Alozie, who kind of had a slow start. Yes, that's her bestie, her partner, her roommate, and also the player who a lot of people thought should have started this game too, in Tony Payne. And the best thing I'm talking about is Esther Okoronkwo. So those asking for Esther Okoronkwo is about to make way into this game, and the person that will be taking off for Tony Payne is Christy Uchebe, who put in a very, very great performance in this game. And so far in this competition, she has been one of the players in a team that has not shown so much brightness in terms of team play. She has been one of our solid players, and she's off now, and Tony Payne will try to make her mark.
And Nigeria try to make their mark from the restart of play.
And Gift Monday is the one that is taking off for Esther Okoronkwo, and she goes straight to the floor as tension is on the bench. You can see tension on the bench there, and you can see that there's so much of talent for the Super Falcons on the bench. Joy Omewa is still on the bench.
Playing for Nigeria, this one Euphoria taken by Alozie. Alozie has the ball again, the penalty of Cameroon, a shot and goal, and that one just blasted over the bar by Michelle Alozie. It's going to be another goal kick for goalkeeper Bihina.
Again, talking about talent, yes, as much as we have attacking talent on the bench, those on the pitch of play are players who also know how to score goals. Again, like I said, Nigeria has the highest number of goals scored in the group stage by 18, but now
Cameroon attacking from the right hand side, as ball squared in, headed out by the great job of Demehin and Ohale again. 61% of the possession for Nigeria, ball into the half of Cameroon. Indomitable Lionesses now trying to make some probing runs forward. Lovely interception by Demehin. Status in Ohale actually. Ladipo now has the ball for Ohale.
Possession and
Ladipo trying to find Rashidat Ajibade, but she was fouled. So it's a free kick for Nigeria in the half of the Super Falcons. And we will have Osinachi Ohale restart proceedings. Sends it to her goalkeeper Chiamaka Nadozie, who's been on holiday for most of the last few minutes in this game. She's not been tested because Cameroon have not really attacked. Demehin now her turn to walk her way forward for Nigeria to Michelle Alozie on the far side. Alozie squares the ball immediately and has it intercepted by Cameroon. Indomitable Lionesses now
finding spaces in the middle.
They have found the space towards the right hand side. Enough space and time for them to come forward, and they will get potentially a corner kick. That should be, I think, yes. Abiodun with the final touch for Nigeria.
Yeah, had to intercept that ball from getting across, because I mean, that would have been really dangerous to allow a cross in, and that was the chance.
See that strike again from Michelle Alozie and how he went a few inches over the goalpost. Corner kick for Cameroon, something that they have seldom had. In fact, if my memory serves me right, this should be their first corner kick in the game. They had none in the first half, and yes, this is their first corner kick in the fixture. Something about set pieces sometimes, just like their first shot on goal turned out to be a goal. So the Super Falcons have to be very careful now. Esther Okoronkwo, Guinea, and so on and so forth amongst the players who've come back to help the 10-time African champions to defend. And now swing out across, launched through by Cameroon. Ball will go back towards that right hand side of attack. Abiodun beaten, cross comes in straight into the arms of goalkeeper Chiamaka Nadozie for Nigeria. And she will restart proceedings, but her long throw intercepted. Cameroon again across, trying to find Nadozie off her line, but the Brighton shot stopper made the save.
She has learned her lessons from that game against Malawi, and I mean, had a lot of cut off high lines 3 times in the 3 goals that were scored, and I mean, she has learned, and that's Michelle Alozie with that turn. I mean, she has been really superb in this second half. As against that, Esther Okoronkwo.
Nigeria trying to be superb now, attacking from the left side. A shot for a free kick or a penalty. The referee says free kick for Nigeria. Uche Nakano was pushed down
before she got into the box.
Yeah, so it's just on the edge of the Cameroonian penalty area from the left-hand side of attack for Nigeria. Well, this could be a good place for the Super Falcons. The message from Ayorinde Emmanuel says, I wonder how the NFF are feeling now, claiming teams are staying away from playing friendly matches with us while they are playing against other teams. And the Dom coach was even echoing that as well. Wow, these guys are not with kind words at all for the coach. I really feel for the girls. I already Emmanuel also sharing that too. And interesting. I've seen one that was saying a shout out to yours from London. Yes, big up Nigeria from Liverpool. Peter with this one. Peter, thank you for joining us all the way from Liverpool. Great to certainly have you as part of the party. And this one says they should have invited more Europeans into the Super Falcons. Oh wow. Upong Basi.
Interesting.
Free kick for Nigeria. From the left-hand channel. Ball launched in by Esau Koronkwo. Goalkeeper Bihina saves again.
That's Esther Okoronko's bread and butter. That's free kick, and this is becoming Bihina's bread and butter. Saves. Esther Okoronko scored really beautiful free kicks in the last edition. It's also known to be one of the best set piece taker in her team in AFC Toronto in Canada there, and we could see a very superb free kick routine from her there. But Bihina is having a game of her life so far, and the Super Falcons are unable to break her in this game with 67 minutes gone in the game. The Super Falcons are still unable to go past her, and someone is on the floor. And the referee is rushing towards her to tell her to leave the pitch, to drag her up. Looks like time-wasting tactics.
Right. The referee just complaining a bit about that one.
Yeah, I mean,
trying to give a hand of support to the
for her to
Cameroonian lady.
off.
That's Nga.
She's going to get a yellow card there if she doesn't get up.
Just watching again the free kick from Okoronko, like you were eulogizing her for these lovely set pieces. We know that it was a free kick against Morocco in that final that led to what was the goal that turned things around for the Super Falcons in that grand finale last year. And so when the set pieces come around, you can rest with confidence that Esau Okoronko will deliver a good cross. So just 2 changes made for Nigeria, 3 changes made for Nigeria, 2 in this second half. Tony Payne coming in for Christy Uchebe in the 61st minute, and Esau Okoronko taking the place of Gift Monday at that same time. 2 changes Cameroon have had in the second half as well. Dodu coming on for Nzana, the captain of the side, and then Area Tuyap taking the place of Meyong in the 57th minute. The 2 changes took place at that time. 3 for Nigeria. Michelle Alozie takes it. Gets the support of Sinachio Hale. Now it's with Oladipo. 69 minutes in. Still Nigeria nil, Cameroon 1. Oladipo's long ball rebuffed by the Central Africans. The longer this game goes at 1-0, the more Cameroon will believe that this could be their night.
Interesting. I always find it interesting that Cameroon, who are just our neighbors, I mean, we are neighbors by borders, are not a West African country. I mean, they decided they want to be part of Central or not West. I mean, because I've always found it really interesting that, we even share towns with them down to the Rivarian side and the eastern part, but they are West and they are Central.
Indeed, in fact, I used to, while growing up in Calabar, watch TV stations from Cameroon and Equatorial Guinea, especially the Harmattan season. So just seeing a clearance from Cameroon, right?
Yeah, smart from Esther, actually. She knew she was not going to go out of that particular position without losing possession, and played something cheeky to ensure that we gain possession, and the Cameroonian fell for that. Still in possession of the ball, but like you said, possession without goal.
Cross for the Super Falcons from the right-hand side! Another save from goalkeeper Bihina! Well, this could have been, and this should have been, that leveler. Just trying to be sure of which Nigerian player got the connection to that cross in the first place.
That was Uchenna Kanu.
Incredible stuff. It was point blank on goal, and goalkeeper Bihina had to make the save. Like, she had to stretch, make the save with her left hand. My oh my, the Super Falcons are coming close and close, but they are yet to unlock the solidity of the shot stopper for the indomitable Lionesses.
Definitely, if there is going to be a goal for the Super Falcons, they have to continue to launch this attack, because if this is how the game continues to go on, they have 20 minutes to go in regular time, yes, but if you're the one who continues to launch the attack in the goal of your opponent, at some point, if they're not careful, your opponent will get on to crack. And again, for them to win this game, they have to first score a goal so far. I mean, like I said, this game can end up going into extra time and penalties, but first of all, for them to salvage this game, they have to first score a goal. And so far they've been playing everything possible. They've been throwing everything possible at Bihina, and Bihina is on the floor after making that wonderful save against the chance by Uchenna Kanu. Yes, and let's see if she can continue. In my Nigerian mind, hopefully not. But she's still receiving attention from the medics. There's another Cameroonian player on the floor.
Perhaps they're exhausted. Who knows? They've had to defend for most of this game after scoring.
Because after scoring, like I said, they came with a game plan, and if they go on to win, they've executed it perfectly. Just do not concede.
True.
And the opportunity you get to utilize it. They got one opportunity, they utilized it perfectly. Very beautiful set piece routine there, free kick routine, and the player on the pitch. I think it's going to be the referee is signaling that.
Stretcher came on, and they will need the stretcher, yes, to take off the player. By the way, they have made 2 substitutions just a few minutes ago. I'll confirm that to you shortly.
I thought she wanted to stand up. That was why they lifted up.
This is serious. The fact that the stretcher is still going to take off. I'll use this time to take a few of your comments as we have some pause in play. Emen Bernard says that Malawi match Nigeria lost was a sign that this team needed fresh legs and younger players. Whether we win or not, the coach should go, you say. Papi Stashola 9073, thank you so much, says good job you guys are doing. Thank you, we appreciate you, man. You know how it works. I really do appreciate it. I spoke about the fact that right issues, so we cannot bring the game to you. You want the channel to be taken off. If it's taken off, you wouldn't even see us in the first place, so we have to respect that. But we certainly are giving you the play-by-play description, and I appreciate the fact, Papis, that you do appreciate what we're doing right here. Thank you. David is also speaking. He says, Nigeria, go and score now. Win this game. Madugu invited old women he kept on the bench. Terrible coach. Meeting Obudu 9445 is saying this. Wow, wow, wow. It's well. They're always away from the ball when the play, like, I don't know why the coach is only standing there watching the game and not doing anything. That's from Francis Aguiar 4312. We have somebody who's Cameroonian who gives us a Cameroonian flag in the mix. Famous Fault G6J just speaks in French and then supporting Cameroon with the Cameroonian flag too. Well done, thank you. The Nigerian player is now down as play has restarted. It's Deborah. Someone stepped on her feet with her lovely hair. Okay, it's a funny smile from her. Demehi not smiling though, and Osinachi Ohale on the pitch keeping a serious face. Nearer and nearer draws the time that shall shortly be when the center referee will think of signaling at the end of proceedings. Let's see if we can do a few calls. Perhaps we do have some persons who just want to speak about, maybe you could have the magic wand or start again, or to get this in front of me to get it's just here to be able to pick your calls and pull your polls straight away. Let's see how we can bring you on board. Hello. How are you doing?
I'm good. Good evening.
Hello, are you there? Good evening, welcome.
I am calling from Abuja, Nigeria.
So you're calling from where?
I'm calling from Abuja, Nigeria.
Oh, okay, welcome.
Alright, so what I have to say with this is that Nigeria made their first mistake because the first mistake they made is by allowing Malawi to beat them. So the country have picked the first from them so that they're able to know that they can be able to fight Nigeria. You know, as the winning champions, they have to beat this. They don't have to lose their best for their first match. But what match pays it off? What I thought we wanted to say was when I was going to put the great of God, but also go back to the truth to show.
The line is not too clear. I don't know, perhaps you're away from your mouthpiece, so I'm struggling to hear you, but I got your thoughts that as champions that they need to have a better fighting approach to this, right?
Alright, so let's continue.
Not clear at all. Perhaps you can cut and call me back, please. Your sound not the brightest in the world, but I appreciate your call. The number is on your screen. You can dial and speak to us if you want to have your say on what Nigeria can do better in the quest to get the level line. This Fakunle one says, good job guys for the commentary. Fakunle, thank you so much. We appreciate you for your thoughts. Back to the drama. The ball is in the arms of goalkeeper Bihina. How many times have we had to say that in this game? This woman means serious business for sure, and she has been the reason Cameroon are still leading Nigeria 1-0. Clearance by Bihina, headed out by Osinachi Ohale, throwing the Subi for the indomitable Lionesses. Chuma Nolin here alongside Euphoria Joy for this tantalizing fixture. It's given us just one goal, but there's been chances aplenty, to be fair, for the Super Falcons. They're yet to do it to find the back of the net.
I think the game plan now has changed for Cameroon to be really frustrating on the ball for the Super Falcons, because so far, unlike what we saw in the first 15 minutes of the second half or 20 minutes, the Super Falcons were having more of the ball, getting into spaces, launching into the box and forcing saves. Now they're having to deal with very rough play against Cameroonians, and the Cameroonians are trying to rattle them like they did in the first half. And so far so good. They are so far winning, because in the last 5 minutes possession has been more on the side of the Cameroonians, and now you have a throw in the half of the Super Falcons. Again, Super Falcons have to be careful, because as much as you're chasing the game, you don't want to concede the damning second goal that would definitely ruin you out of the contention to get a win in this game.
4 changes made by the Cameroonian coach, and we'll be Abiodun with the clearance for Nigeria back into the territory of the Atlas Lionesses opponent. See if this game were to end like this. The Atlas Lions, the Moroccan team, they're already into the semi-finals, and if Cameroon win this, then we will see them take on the Cameroonians. Mr. Okoronkwo is chasing that ball, and she will get it. Lovely pressure, searching for the treasure. A chance for a cross for the FC Toronto lady. She could get a throwing for Nigeria. Yes, in fact, it's a foul against the Super Falcons, and it's a free kick for Cameroon, according to the assistant referee and the referee. The goal scorer, Yaju, was the one who was fouled by Estelle Okoronkwo, and we have that free kick taken. Ball now with Nigeria. Deborah Abiodun will decide to find Estelle Okoronkwo. Okoronkwo, yes, what she loves to do, the free kicks. It's close to the byline, close to the throwing line from the right-hand side of attack for Nigeria. So from over 25, perhaps 30 yards out, but she can launch this one in as an out-wing out across with her right foot into the penalty area of Cameroon. In fact, it's her left foot that takes that, and is stopped by the first line of defense for the indomitable Lionesses. Nigeria have to recover and get possession again. Just when they thought they did that, the referee says it's a free kick for Cameroon.
That's Michela Lozier causing that foul there.
Apparently it was Oladipo who was trying to just be careful to avoid stories that are touching quotes.
Oh, I thought I saw Michelle there.
Who's taking it now? Okay, Cameroon will take the free kick from their own side of the divide into the half of Nigeria Super Falcons. Michela Lozier heads the ball out. Abiodun will have this. Deborah searching for Ochin Nakano from that left-hand side.
No, the Chegini actually.
Lovely stuff. Singing Chegini coming forward. She beats her marker. Beats the second marker. Chegini. 1v1. Punched out by goalkeeper Bihina again. Another shot on target for Nigeria. Another save by the Cameroonian shotstopper. Long ball for the indomitable Lioness. He's trying to catch the Super Falcons off guard. Here they come from the right-hand side. Michelle Lozier recovers in time. So I thought almost messed things up for herself, but it's a good thing that's a goal kick for Nigeria. A good thing for Nigerians, that is, who are watching the broadcast now. And it's a goal kick with Chiamaka Nadozie set to take it for the Super Falcons. Well, time is running out.
10 minutes more to play in regulation time, and if the Super Falcons don't get something in this 10 minutes, I don't know how much time we'll get as extra minutes. We might be seeing a very first quarterfinal defeat
ever.
Yeah, defeat for the Super Falcons in the history of the Wafcon. That's never happened before. In Oyo State politics, they'll say Kosheleri. Kosheleri was a catchphrase of former governor of Oyo State, late Abiola Jimobi, when he got elected as the first Democratic governor to get re-elected in Oyo State. So he said Kosheleri. It has not happened before.
Amazing.
So yeah, we might see Kosheleri today, and not just that, we might be getting a very first Wafcon winner, first-time Wafcon winner. If
Cameroon will have a shot and goal and it's off target.
We might be getting a first-time Wafcon winner if Nigeria loses tonight. It means that anyone who gets on to win will be the first time that, because before today, we're not here. Nigeria is the only one standing that has won before. If you ask why, it means it's because this is the 14th edition, and in the last 13, Nigeria has won 10. Yeah, 10. Equatorial Guinea has won 2, and South Africa just in 2022 defeated the people who defeated them yesterday, by the way. Sweet revenge for Morocco. But it would be sweeter if they go on to win, because I mean, beating South Africa had done it when it counted most so far, beating them in the finals right there in 2022 in front of Moroccan fans right in Rabat. So yeah, we've had just 3 winners, and Nigeria is almost looking like they are going to allow a first-time winner, because they are the defending champions too in this edition.
261 accurate passes for Nigeria, 149 passes for Cameroon. But all those things don't count for anything. Tony Payne has the ball now. What counts is for the Super Falcons to try and score. The cross from Tony Payne from the right-hand side. Another connecting header.
She has
really been a lovely force for the Super Falcons in attack. Unfortunately, this will count for nothing yet again. Her header is off target. Well, I'm just wondering, if Cameroon were to beat Nigeria in this, then perhaps this will be Wafcon 2026, the tournament for revenge. Because if Morocco got their pound of flesh over South Africa and Cameroon beat Nigeria, then it will just be a case of teams that have suffered against certain rivals coming to get back to winning ways and wipe away the sorrows of the past. Goalkeeper Bihina with the clearance for indomitable Lionesses towards the halfway stage of the pitch. Deborah Biodun, so not too sure why the referee stopped play at that time. Cameroon are getting closer to their destination, which is the hope to get to another semi-final appearance indeed in this Women's Africa Cup of Nations. They have only failed to reach the last 4 only twice in the past, in 2000 and 2022. So it looks like they love being in the semi-finals, and they would want to be there again. Still time for Chiamaka Nadozie and her teammates to fight back though. Goal kick for Nigeria. The Brighton goalkeeper set to take this. It's quite a lively figure on social media with her jovial, lovely jovial character. Sadly, this is not time for jokes though. She will want her teammates to help step up to the plate and get the goal that could give them the leveler. Cameroon though still searching for a second. What could be the end of proceedings if they score? Sinachi Ohale recovers in time. Lovely defensive play, but really not that lovely. The referee says the free kick for Cameroon on the edge of the Nigerian penalty area towards the left hand side of attack for the indomitable Lionesses. Are they sending the referee? Referee, what can I do you now? How far? What exactly is happening? But felt like the force with which she used to stop our Cameroonian rival was too much. Yeah, it was just a body check, but the push was maybe too emphatic for the referee's liking. Wow. vivxsports, that's what we are. Exporting the best of African sport to you.
That wall there.
And Cameroon will have this free kick.
I remember the last time they took a free kick.
Could be a direct one that goes straight to Nadozie, or could be one that will hope for a connecting header from a teammate. Either way, it's a delicate place for Nigeria to be a 4-woman war for the Super Falcons. And Cameroon have Chiamaka Nadozie staring at this ball. Would he be directly at her? Would he be an indirect free kick? We're going to get confirmation of that in just a matter of seconds. Chinakano amongst the players who've come back to help the Super Falcons defend this free kick. Ball launched in directly to Nadozie, who punches out. Was on target, that one. It's a corner kick for Cameroon. She had to be on her toes to avoid being beaten by her foes.
Twice.
Oops.
Got beaten the first time with a free kick return from Cameroon, which is the cause of the only goal.
So, corner kick for Cameroon. From the left-hand side of attack, taken shot. There will be that cross. Yes, there is. Nadozie comes out. Cameroon got the connecting header to it, but it keeps going wide. Nigeria under some level of pressure at this stage from the Central Africans. Now Demehino Claire.
Not totally.
The Lionesses again with another cross into the danger zone of the Super Falcons. A chance for a shot. Bodies on the line for Nigeria to stop that. And finally, there's a bit of respite for the Super Falcons. Mr. Koronkwo gets the ball for them, hoping to get support. Now she's going to have that. Lovely.
Looks like a swarm of
hold
bees.
up play, man. Her hold up play was fantastic.
Yeah. And I was looking at the number of dark green shirts around her. Like 6 players were already ready to pounce on her there.
And goalkeeper Bihina gets the ball yet again. Clearance from the shot stopper for Cameroon. Out for the ball is still in play actually. Tony Payne gets it. I thought it was going to be halfway through for Nigeria to Oladipo. Oladipo now. That's how Koronkwo twisting and turning from this right hand side. Has a marker around her, stifling the possession of her. And Cameroon are just holding on to this ball as much as they can. Out for a throwing for the Super Falcons. Oladipo set to take it. Has Sal Koronkwo and Tony Payne around her. Let's choose one of the options, so decide to go with a longer one. Brings in captain Rashidat Jibade back to Oladipo. Her cross will come through from the right hand channel. Lovely control by Nigeria. Shagini in the mix, searching for a space for a shot. Cameroon with bodies on the line. Clearance again from the indomitable Lionesses. And it's going to be out for yet another throwing for Nigeria on the near side. That's the right hand side of attack. Taken very quickly by the Super Falcons. Time is not their best friend anymore. It's all the way to goalkeeper Chiamaka Nadozie, who's out of her penalty area, urging her teammates to go forward. She's going to load the ball forward. She will do exactly that. Cameroon will defend again. Time is running out for Euphoria.
2 more minutes to go regulation time. And you can see that all the bodies are on the line for the Super Falcons to try and get the equalizer, at least to keep them in the game for another 30 minutes. But while they are that too, they have to be very cautious, as Cameroon is also not sitting back and allowing them just press. A free kick there to Nigeria, just in their own half, and Nigeria would play that one. Again, I'm still surprised that there's still no extra attacking change from Nigeria. I was expecting to see the coach throwing maybe an Azizat or maybe a Joy Omewa, if not Azizat for her pace, Joy Omewa for her pace and her goal scoring ability. But those on the pitch will still try to.
So Cameroon have some more minutes to hold on.
Less than a minute regular time to go, and
gonna waste all the time in the war now. You wouldn't blame them, as they are. I'm sure even Sammy would like to check that message around the place from me, as we have Cameroon with a clearance from a free kick into the half of the Super Falcons. The end is near. Nigeria have dominated play. Okay, so it's back on again. Lovely. So we're heading to the 90th minute of this game.
How is that free kick against Nigeria?
Justin Madugu, when he took Nigeria to win the Wafcon title last year, he did not have an official contract at that time. He got sorted, wondering if this is going to be the end of the road. It will just add another bitter taste to the mouth of the current leadership of the Nigeria Football Federation, who would have seen the under-17 team fail to qualify for AFCONs, the Super Eagles fail to qualify for the World Cup, and the Super Falcons in danger of not qualifying for the Women's World Cup. Nigeria have a chance here with a shot and goal, blasted way over the bar by Eche Guinea. Someone will say, oh, Guinea, Eche Guinea. Finish work now like a Lamborghini.
Waiting to see how many minutes at a time for the Super Falcons to be able to try and salvage something in this 90, or watch Cameroon see off.
Goalkeeper Bihina tells her defense to let it slide. She will make the save, and she's done just that. The Nigerian fans in the stands are not impressed at all.
7 minutes additional time.
Super Falcons have 7 minutes still, but now they need to defend because it's Cameroon coming forward from the left-hand channel in attack. Great job by Abiodun. Her clearance will be neat. Deborah launches the ball forward, but launches it out for a goal kick, for a throwing for Cameroon. Super Falcons are beginning to panic. They need some repair. They need a mechanic, just so they avoid sinking like Titanic. Can they conjure something? Estelle Koronko gets a throwing, lets it slide to Tony Payne.
Tony to Oladipo. Everyone is pushing forward. Everyone who can get something done in the box is trying to launch forward, but I mean,
long throwing by Oladipo, rebuffed by Cameroon, goes all the way back to goalkeeper Chiamaka Nnadozie.
He's on a very, very high line.
Pumps it again forward. Lovely control that could have been from Uche Nakano, I think, but just slipped off half for a bit. Nigeria still had the ball in play though. Oladipo missed out. Cameroon have all of their players behind the ball. Super Falcons launch forward again. Cameroon have all of their players in their own side of the divide on the pitch. Just to remind you, they're attacking from right to left. Nigeria playing from left to right.
You can see the Nigerian fans agitated and trying to still get behind the Super Falcons and try to see if they can get them. Oshuala coming in with about who's going off? 11
Echegini of Asisat Oshoala, 6-time African Women's Footballer of the Year, multiple time league winner, Champions League winner with Barcelona in the women's game. She has seen it all. Netted over 14 goals in the Women's Africa Cup of Nations, twice already in this competition. Can this be a night where Asisat comes in as an assistant to assist her team, as she's done multiple times over the years? Well, this time around in a different capacity, which is to fight back from a deficit, something that has seldom happened to this Nigerian team in the history of the Wafcon. Throwing for Cameroon on the near side here. That's the left-hand side of attack. Abiodun with the clearance again for the Super Falcons. Estelle Koronko trying to chase the ball, but it's Cameroon who are doing quite a great job, astutely defending, I must say. So they've not really given Nigeria a chance to caress the ball that much in the last few minutes. Long ball for the indomitable Lionesses straight into the arms of goalkeeper Chiamaka Nnadozie. We're into added time now. Whoa. Nigeria will come forward, and there could be a blunder there!
Oh my God!
It misses the goalpost by some few inches.
Oh my God!
The goalkeeper, Bihina, was beaten by Estelle Koronko, but the ball goes off target. Or was that Asisat Oshoala? Either way, it's off target.
Oh, Esther had done so much. She just passed it down to, oh God, as you can see Asisat. She tried to go on goal. Asisat was open there, and you can see the frustration.
Was that the opportunity? Will there be another one? Only time will tell. Cameroon make another change. Mendo has come on. Rose is on. Mendo is off. Referee says play on just when Nigeria thought they would get a free kick. Michel Alozie tries to get the ball. Concedes a throw-in in the process. So yes, a throw-in for Cameroon. They will take their time again before taking this one. Casablanca, the destination for this fixture. 2022 champion South Africa eliminated. Are we going to have 2024 champions Nigeria knocked out as well? Well, Cameroon are getting close to having a feeling of paradise. Michel Alozie with the clearance again for the Super Falcons. Cannot find Kanu because the ball is out for a throwing. Looks like that will be for Cameroon, taken by them. Nigeria have to throw everything at their rivals now. Abiodun just launches the ball forward again. In local parlance, we say anywhere but left face. Just kick it out. Send it to Cameroon's side of the divide and hope for a miracle. Nnadozie will chase the ball and catch it again and almost restart play immediately. She does. Super Falcons have hardly suffered defeats in the knockout rounds of the Wafcon. Cameroon have a player down. Play continues though.
The referee stops it now.
Time-wasting tactics. You wouldn't blame them. They're in a place they have never been in the quarterfinals of the Wafcon against Nigeria. The last time and the only time they had met Nigeria in the quarterfinals, they lost to the Super Falcons. The goal scorer, Inyajo, is the player who's down. This from Samuel Iriekwa 2019 says, this is very unfortunate. Indeed, it is unfortunate. Bortek is not happy with the coach, says heavy keeper and poor defenders. I'm tired of putting hope. Oh, that's what Silas Kangdimi is saying. Emmanuel Peter 1761 says, I'm seeing a 1-1 draw. I still has belief. Okay, Emmanuel. This is not a matter of TikTok. They don't have a good manager. That's what Anthony Flame is saying. And Nigerian ladies are playing big clubs, but they are not oriented with any pattern, according to God Benjamin 7931. Nigerians are not happy at all. Cameroon have the ball in their half. We're just counting down minutes to the end of this. Free kick for the indomitable Lionesses. Launched into the half of the Super Falcons. Abiodun trying to clear, clashing with the Cameroonian player. Lucky enough for her, the Cameroonian player got back on her feet immediately and didn't want to milk any moment. Throwing taken for Nigeria on the near side. Another throwing for the Super Falcons. Team attacking from left to right. Taken very quickly, this one by Ladipo. Another throwing again for Nigeria. Now closer to the penalty area of Cameroon. Tony Payne gets the ball. One of the experienced heads in the team, Tony Payne. Crossed by Tony Payne. Cameroon will clear out. Abiodun. His controls. Alozie. Kanu in the mix. Ball tried to be squared through, and Cameroon had bodies on the line to stop that from going any further. Out for a throw again for Nigeria towards the far side. Yeah. I know that Nigerians are not smiling that much right now, are they? Cameroon have another player down again. Pausing play one more time. The number is on your screen, and we can start picking your calls and feel your pulse. What's the way forward? Good news, I must say, to a certain level is the fact that this will not determine the end of the road officially in Nigeria's World Cup quest. What that will mean is just like the Super Eagles did, they'll have to go into the playing tournament during the course of this Wafcon. Those matches will come sometime around test day or so, and then 2 teams amongst the 4 beaten quarter-finalists will go on to the intercontinental playoffs to try and see if they can qualify for the World Cup through that route. Hi, how are you doing? Thank you for joining us. Yes.
One more time.
Hello.
Yes, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm fine, sir.
What's your name, please, and where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Matogun, Ogun State.
All right, stay with me on the line because the final whistle has been blown. Cameroon have eliminated Nigeria Super Falcons for the first time ever. The 10-time African champions have been knocked out in the quarter-final stage of the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. That goal in the 19th minute from Iyaju is enough. Nigeria with the shots and goal aplenty, the corner kicks, the possession advantage, but not enough as to scoring a goal. And the indomitable Lionesses have gotten revenge from their quarterfinal defeats a few years back against the Super Falcons. They have won this time around, full time in Casablanca. Cameroon 1, Nigeria 0. Cameroon join Algeria and Morocco into the FIFA Women's World Cup next year. The Super Falcons are out of the Wafcon. The Wafcon, they cannot defend their crown anymore, but they'll be hoping to still qualify for the World Cup through the playoff routes. Do we still have this caller on the line? I took you off. Sorry, I had to just share the full-time result with you. Are you there? Okay. So
God bless you. So would you want to win the Wafcon?
At this stage, I think Morocco will win it. I think the door has just been opened for them.
Wow, that's nice.
Wow, that's nice.
Thank you for answering our call. We're very happy.
Thank you, my young friends. Great to hear from you, okay? So nice to hear from you. Well, the euphoria has died down as to Nigeria's, not yours actually, but Nigeria's dream.
And now my watch has ended. I can't believe that this is how the Super Falcons will bow out of the Wafcon. Not just the fact that they lost against Cameroon, but the manner at which they played, it was something I mean, we've said it from the get-go that they've not been as impressive as they were the last time they won it. But I mean, this is unheard for. And then the fact that the final times in which we had a clear-cut chance.
Yeah.
I can't get that picture out of my head.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going through a lot, guys. I wish to be alone at this time.
I know. It's painful. I think in my case it hasn't sunk in yet. But let's get to the phone lines to get your thoughts immediately. What's the way forward now for Nigeria? It's not the end of the road officially. It's like the same thing the Super Eagles put us through. We have to go through the playoffs now to try and qualify for the Women's World Cup. So there's still a back door that we're trying to explore. But one thing is certain, Nigeria for the first time ever have been knocked out from the Wafcon before the semi-final stage. It's the first time ever. Is it a sign that our dominance on the continent has come to an end? Is it a sign that the rest of Africa has caught up with us? Or is it just a one-off? The number is on your screen. You can dial right now and speak to us. Let's, beyond complaining, we can complain, share your thoughts, where you think the problems were for the Super Falcons in this competition. And then also if you can recommend suggestions that you think could help us rectify these mistakes moving forward. We'd like to hear from you too. Hi, good evening.
Good evening, Chuman Ali.
Yes, sir. Welcome.
Really sad, so sad. What is that even for Nigeria?
It's really sad, I know.
Well, I still have a lifeline to qualify.
Yeah, through the playoffs now.
So what?
Through the playoffs. So we have to play the playoffs within the Wafcon. Then we now go on to represent Africa in the intercontinental playoffs or international playoffs. It's crazy. We're back to that whole calculation again. It is well, the mindset is, she's not the youngest anymore in the world these days. So perhaps the thought process was let her come off the bench and help make them better. She started the last game, the previous
and she got off injured in that last game, actually. That was when Gift Monday came on.
Yeah, true.
Like, please, our coach Madu, they just let him go and then bring another coach again.
Wow. All right, thanks for calling in, man. Thank you. Great to hear from you. He says Madugu should be sent packing and we should search for a new coach for Nigeria's women's national team. The most successful team in the history of the Wafcon have now been eliminated from the competition in the last 8. They could not even get to the semi-finals. They couldn't even have a chance to face Morocco again. So it's going to be Cameroon versus Morocco in the first confirmed semi-final pairing of Wafcon 2026. Hi, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Welcome. Please just come close to your mouthpiece so we can hear you clearly.
Okay, this is Audu from Belgium.
Welcome, Audu.
Yeah, it's quite an interesting match, but it's football. Anything can happen. At least they're giving their best. But it may be a reflection of what happened in the country when things are not moving well. The Spirit of God is not behind us. That's why, we have lost this match. But I think they still have a chance. I pity the players, most especially the captain, who has shown a very good fight. Ajibade and the rest. But I wish them the best. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Great to hear from you from Benue State. The connection had a bit of a challenge, but I was still able to decipher your thoughts at that time. So keep the calls coming in. What's your frustration? What's your complaint about? And how can we correct it? Do you still have faith that at least we can qualify for the World Cup through the playoff route? Is there a chance that could happen? Or have you given up on the Super Falcons already? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good evening.
Hello?
We can hear you. Can you hear me? Do you copy?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, I'm just watching the game now, just ended. Yeah, so what's the way forward?
I should be asking you. You're calling us from Germany, right?
Yeah.
So the way forward is we're out of the Wafcon. That one is over. We cannot defend our title, right? So now we'll go into the playoffs to try and see if we can qualify for the World Cup.
It's really a painful situation. Yeah, the problem there is coming from our FA and from our football body. They couldn't even because they are world African champions. So late preparation is our problem. Late
preparations, you say? Oh wow! So perhaps the way forward is early preparations. But again, there's the argument that they played, so many friendly games, 2 against Cameroon, and then just before the Wafcon.
Against Senegal.
No, I'm like 2 against Cameroon in March before the Wafcon, and then 2 again against Senegal. So 4 friendly matches in the space of 5 months before the Wafcon, and people are like, that's also the same kind of number of games that you see the Super Eagles play or something. Hello, welcome.
Yes, you're welcome. Good evening. My name is John. We're calling from Abuja.
It's great to hear from you, Mr. John.
Yes, this is actually quite so sad for us Nigerians. In fact, my 2 kids are so sad right now. I don't know what is happening to the Nigerian Super Falcons.
Sorry to the kids. Sorry.
They had their chances. I don't know whether Okonkwo. Where is Okonkwo? I just didn't feature her in
the She came off the bench towards the final 15 minutes or so.
Well,
oh, goodness. They should have started her from the beginning. She was a super person in the last
Wafcon, but she's had an injury issue since then.
And one of the things that's killing Nigerian football is politics. They have other better players, but they will not feature them. And they will carry the ones that can grab and all that. Now look at the result we have. Quarterfinals. That is so sad for Nigeria. At least we should have gotten to semi-finals. And battle in the finals. If we lose in the finals, at least it's honorable. But look at where we ended. It's so sad.
It's a shame. It's sad, really.
Everybody wasted a ball too much.
She did, sorry.
You can hear now. My son said everybody wasted her balls too much.
Sorry, she tried with the crosses from the right hand side too, but it just wasn't her day. The goalkeeper for Cameroon was very good too.
And she knew this is a very.
You see the corner that bring your light. You see?
Oh, they even took your light. Sorry,
you. They are not even supportive.
Sorry, it's well. Sorry. Thank you for speaking to us, sir.
Thank you
regards to the children too. Yeah, great to hear from them. Indeed, the full family. And football gives us joy. But we don't suffer for this Nigeria as fans. So
seriously,
this current NFF leadership, with all due respect, they should look at themselves and ask themselves a few questions.
Why always you? Why always you? Right now, as we are talking to you,
you know what they say? Sorry, this is the last hope of the common man.
Burkina Faso is currently beating our under-20 in the finals of the Wafcon, which means that we are not going to the AFCON, which is supposed to be our bread and butter. It's just under them. We are missing out of the World Cup for the Super Eagles, of the World Cup for the under-17, under-20. Now, what used to be our bread and butter, we might miss out of it because our automatic qualification spot is gone, and we'll have to start playing and doing. And the fact that you're a Nigerian, you always don't want to go through a playoffs because you remember what happened the last time we went through that. That's crazy. And when and it's not just down to say backlog of the players. You remember that preparations for these girls was not as it was supposed to be, and it's unfortunate seeing that they were coming into this competition as defending champions. You expect that they should have been treated better in terms of preparations, but I mean, here we are, and now we are off to start fighting for the for the crumbs. That's off for the crumbs instead of going in as the queens that we are. But on the other hand, away from being Nigerian, congratulations to Cameroon. They fought for this. They came in here from the back door, but they are stepping into the World Cup through the front door, and now we have to go to the back World Cup through the back door
because they didn't qualify through the normal route. Cameroon, like we said, they just got an extra slot because CAF expanded this competition by 4 more teams from 12 to 16. So it makes sense. They came in through the back door. Now they're getting to the World Cup through the front door. Nigeria, who came into the Wafcon through the front door, is now trying to get to the World Cup through the back door.
I'm treating that
highly spiritual in whiskey words.
Everybody should respect my privacy right now. I'm
so sorry, Euphoria.
I'm in mourning.
I'm so sorry.
I can't believe this. I'm still trying to. But I mean, guys, you can still call in, and if you are just joining the stream, the game has ended. Nigeria lost to Cameroon by a lone goal, and that means that they are out of the Wafcon, but their journey is not done because getting into the quarterfinals meant that if they did not qualify automatically by getting a semi-final spot, they would go through the continental plains and then they'll go to the intercontinental plains. The continental plains mean they will go into a plains with 3 other countries: Cameroon,
the beaten quarterfinalists, right? Cote d'Ivoire, South Africa.
Cote d'Ivoire, South Africa, and one of either Malawi or Ghana, and then they will get to play 2 of those teams because you play one and then you play the next, and then you head towards, I think it's going to be Cote d'Ivoire. I'm not sure. I'll need to check that. Maybe Cote d'Ivoire or any of the other teams, and then we go on to play. If we win the 2 games on the continent, we go on to play the intercontinental play. Remember how DR Congo went to the World Cup themselves? They had to play. I'm trying to remember. They played Cameroon.
Knocked out Cameroon.
They knocked out Cameroon, then Nigeria. The continental playoffs, and then they went to the continental playoffs and played 2 more games. All of that drama is still a long route for the Super Falcons that would have been avoided had they just win today. They just had to win today, and that was all. But now, no Wafcon for them, no World Cup tickets, except they go through that particular route. So it's going to be really, really a long road for the girls. And I mean, I am trying to think of how the morale of the girls would be, because I mean, there's no time for them to even rest. It's automatically they are going to go into it before the end of the Wafcon. They will have to play the continental planes first of all before we get the intercontinental planes.
Boy, speechless. That's how you make me feel. The words of Michael Jackson, that glorious song from years ago. Let's get to your comments now, because Nigerians are magnanimous, and that's good to see. Keep your calls pouring in, by the way. We will be picking more calls of yours to get your feeling around this Nigerian defeat this evening. IKLH 626 says, I'm a Nigerian. Congratulations to our neighbors, Cameroon. Another person who's congratulating Cameroon here is Andrew Onemu 4073 says, I'm a Nigerian but very proud of the Cameroonians. I think Andrew is based in the USA. Thank you, Andrew, for your thoughts. P. Clad says the Super Falcons will still represent us at the World Cup. Love from, I think this is the Senegalese flag, I think. Is that the Cameroonian flag? Just I'm not too sure.
That is Cameroon.
Oh, okay. There's always green, yellow, and red around the place for many of these countries, which is interesting. So we have a Cameroonian who's also sharing love to Nigeria too. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
The Rhymes Master.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, Euphoria. I just called to just.
Emmanuel, welcome.
Yes, it's me. It's me.
Great to hear from you, bro.
Man, this is very painful.
I know.
Actually,
I know.
And the thing is that women's football has actually really improved. Like the standard is no more like how it used to be.
Yeah.
So that whole 10-time champions thing, like if we really don't sit up, like the next editions, we might just start struggling with this, because we've been beaten twice. Malawi beat us, like first timers beat us. First timers.
Yes.
Malawi beat us. We've lost before in Wafcon, but I don't think we've ever lost to like first timers. Like first time.
No, that was the first one. Yeah,
really,
in 18 meetings was our first time.
Like the NFF, like we have to up the standard now, because I mean anybody can beat Nigeria now. You get, so like we now have to like up the standard. Our preparations, like going into the tournament, like we don't just have to show up like every day, like how we normally will cook something, we'll do something. Like we don't have to do it that way anymore. Like we really have to, and also like going into, you know, the way Super Eagles went into the playoffs, like is it not Congo? Is it not?
We're too confident. Yeah, indeed.
It's not Gabon.
If the Super Falcons do that too, like going, is it not? You know, is it not just like if they underrate anybody, then they stand the chance of not going to the World Cup. So like they have to like really sit up, put in preparations to make sure that, because Super Eagles cannot go to World Cup, cannot miss the World Cup, and then Super Falcons miss the World Cup too. It's not going to make sense on any level. Like we really need to sit up, like really need to sit up. So just call to just hear this opinion, because it's quite painful.
It is painful, Emmanuel. Thank you so much, bro. Great to hear from you. Thank you, bro. God bless you. Of course, member of the family as well, to Emmanuel, sharing his thoughts at that time. Really tough, a bitter pill to swallow, or isn't it, for Nigeria, and a sad reality for the Super Falcons. But there's still that lifeline of trying to qualify for the World Cup through the playoffs route. Congratulations to Cameroon. That's what Victor Oko is saying. We have 020 number from outside Nigeria, I guess. Hi, good evening.
Hello, good evening. My name is Kamara. I'm calling from Chicago.
So you're calling from where?
Please, I'm calling from Chicago, United States.
Chicago in the USA. Lovely. Great to hear from you.
Yes, I just watched the match. Well, one fact is clear now that all countries have developed football. Gone are those days that we just win on the platter of God. We need to step up our games now. We need to do more. We need to put more effort. You see, we need to at least have a more developmental program on female football. Other African countries, see the first match, even the last one we won was not platter of God. You see, we were a bit lucky. And if you see this on the first match, we even lost it. That means that it's not as if we perform poorly, but the other countries are coming up. They are coming up. That's just it. So we're just going there to go and think we will win. It's no more a right. We have to fight for it.
We have to.
On the continental stage, going to go and play playoff, it's not even guaranteed. I pick them best of luck, but it's not guaranteed you play. In fact, you have to play about 4 matches to qualify for the World Cup proper.
Tough.
So this would have been the best if you get to the semi-final. But best of luck to Nigerians and the team. But it's painful.
It is.
Nigeria. But congratulations to Cameroon.
Our neighbors, congrats. And thanks for calling us from Chicago. Great to hear from you.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Have a fantastic day. I know you guys are about 6 hours behind us or something like that. Furia, where do we go from here?
We are going to the next game, but not on the stream. We are going to the next game to see the final semi-final winner, semi-finalists that would get that final automatic tickets. I mean, we've confirmed 3 now. Algeria were the first to do so. Morocco, and they are going to be their first FIFA World Cup appearance, by the way. Morocco, they are second, making it back-to-back. And Cameroon also getting another chance at making the World Cup in Brazil. And this time around, we would get a final game between Malawi and Ghana to see who gets it. So yes, it's not going to be a North versus West affair as we were permutating if it will happen, because we have 2 northerners. When I mean northerners, I mean 2 countries from Northern Africa already in the semi-finals. And we have 1 country from Central Africa already in the semi-finals, and then we have the opportunity for 1 from West Africa to join them in Ghana, or Malawi back there in southern parts of Africa. So yes, that will be the next game. Will come up by 9 o'clock. But I mean, this is how much we can bring to you, the Nigerian game, this fixture, and we will keep you updated on the rest of the competition as we go through with the semi-finals, and finally the finals will be played on the 16th of this month.
Yeah, good evening to you.
Yeah, this is Pretty calling from Abuja.
Welcome, Pretty.
Yeah, I just finished watching the match, and I'm a football lover.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's so sad. It's so sad for our ladies. You know, these are people that worldwide, they are well recognized, respected, honored, and loved. But even if we are to just go out of the game, it shouldn't be this way, you know. I was expecting something more better than this. All the same, I think our coach did not just do well at all. He did not just do well. It's like he realized that something was going wrong at the 9 minutes of the game. And that was too late for the Super Falcons to do. You get? It's painful. But all the same, let's still appreciate our girls. They tried. And I think it's high time the authorities, try to reward the girls more better. Give them something that will keep them going. They need something motivating, you know. But they told them because these are girls trying to bring out the best in them. So the authorities should do something more better. You know, when you have something in mind that's giving you joy, you want to bring out the best in you more. Look at our captain, Ajibadele. She did her best. In short, it was 10 over 10 for her. But still, she can't just do everything at a time. So this is where Nigerians need to look into it very well now. Is there anything these girls are lacking? Do they really need motivation? Please, let's try to do something. But all the same, our guests try their best.
All right. Thank you for calling us from Abuja. Thank you. All right. Well, next up for Nigeria Super Falcons in the play-in tournament within the same Wafcon. They're going to play on the 13th of August. It will be South Africa versus Nigeria. Let me laugh well.
A repeat
South
of
Africa
the last
versus Nigeria
semi-final, by the way. How the mighty have fallen. This was a semi-final fixture last year, and it's going to be a play-in fixture this time around.
Meaning one of them will still fall out and not qualify for the World Cup. One of these two giants of women's football on the African continent. Just trying to see if I can get this call to come through as well. Just keep the calls coming in. We're going to wrap things up shortly, but just to clarify again, 13th of August by 9 p.m. South Africa versus Nigeria. That's the play-in competition. Victory for Nigeria, and then they can dream of getting to the intercontinental playoffs in this consistent push to be at the World Cup next year in Brazil. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good evening.
I'm sorry I've spoken before, but just in last minute.
Okay.
Nigeria has done very well. But most time, coaches are measured by the last match they play. And if that should be the case, if Nigerian coach has not done well as regards to this match, I think NFF too should be fired. Because the way they are taking at him is not fair. At the end of the day, we put the blame on the players, and they will still retain their job. It is very, very unfortunate. I'm still from Benue State. Thank you.
All right, thank you. He's saying that the NFF. All right, thank you. The good thing is we do have the NFF election, in just a matter of months. It's around the corner, in a matter of weeks, you could argue.
Should be in September.
So if you're saying that they should be fired, then it means the electorates should now come and say, hey, did you do well in your term, your first term, 4-year term? If not, Gusao, please, bye-bye, or not. But this does not do their campaign any good.
Doesn't. I mean, they are already under fire with some quarters saying that the election should be halted because they should have like a reform of how the elections usually go down, because they believe that with the archaic way we've been doing it, it allows for incompetent people to get voted into power, and that is one thing that is currently in the books right now, in the works right now, with a player, with a man of his stature in Shegun or Odegbami, also called the mathematical, is currently challenging them. Challenging that the election should be halted for now until they address that. So with all that going down, the fact that the under-20 side will also be missing the Wafcon that is supposed to be played in Ghana, the fact that the Super Falcons might miss out of the World Cup, because I mean our fate will actually be decided pretty much this week that we're in, with the play-in still, and maybe if later on during the year we get to see the final part of the play-ins, if they can see through if they can see through South Africa and then either Ghana or Malawi, they can still have a breather. But if not, all hell will let loose this week. I promise you that. It's going to be really interesting to watch as a lover of the game, and of course as an observer, member of the press. Fourth member of the realm. So now we will be there to observe and to see how this will go down. But it is really, really, really not something that the Guso-led board will be proud to present as part of the things that they achieved during their tenure so far as leaders of Nigerian football.
Indeed. Hi. Good evening.
Good evening, Chuma.
Yeah, good evening. Euphoria is saying hi too.
Good evening, Euphoria.
Hi. Euphoria, as your voice sounds so down, don't call me Euphoria this night. I know you're not euphoric. You are permitted to call me my other name. Say Ofri. I would go with that, because that Ofri is what you need. It means all is well. My dear.
Good evening, Ofri.
Good evening, my friend.
And he did it truly. Welcome, man.
My name is Kelvin. I'm calling from Warri.
Great to hear from you, Kelvin. Please don't worry. It's not
Chuma,
too late.
where have you been? Longest time. I'm one of your fans at Nigerian Info, Port Harcourt.
I know when you said Warrior, I suspected. Yeah. I don't do Nigerian for Lagos since 2019, so I moved to Lagos.
Yes. It's been a while. I really missed you.
Yeah, so good to hear from you, man. I'm happy to connect with you tonight.
This game, man, the team really broke me down.
I can imagine. Sad, man. Sad.
But I really think something is wrong with our football, because even if we qualify to this World Cup with this pattern we're playing, I don't really see us doing anything in this because the way we are playing, I don't know if it's a technical issue. I don't really know. But I think our football really needs to be overhauled.
Right.
When I say here, they need to just overhaul our football totally, so that at least we should not even qualify for the World Cup. Yeah, because going to the World Cup, because this part we are talking about Wafcon here now. Look at what our first game we lost, and we struggled. Even this is the quarterfinals where we still struggled. Now going to the World Cup with this particular set of, honestly, we are not going to do anything at the World Cup.
Right, except we improved drastically. I get your point.
So that's just the truth. All the same, congratulations to Morocco. The better team won.
Yeah,
Small of Cameroon actually, or maybe in advance.
He's believing Morocco will win the Wafcon. I think the door has been opened for them. By I think Morocco will win the Wafcon
at this point.
Morocco, they deserve it. They deserve it.
They've been in the final. They've lost the finals. The finals two finals in the last two editions.
With Nigeria's exit now, this is their Wafcon. This is their here. So they should just.
Right. Thank you, man, for calling in. Shout out to you in Worry. Thank you so much. Thanks. Yeah, I know that he's really down. It's understandable. We need to wrap things up from our end and run off. Kudos to my guy Sammy, who's been pressing the right buttons behind the scenes to ensure that we've given you the description of what we have done throughout the course of the coverage. We're via vivxsports. Please click on that subscribe button. We will be here for the playing tournament, in quotes. The Nigeria-South Africa game, we're going to be here for you, all right? And, of course, when it's time for the international playoffs too, we will be here for you, so you can follow more of the action. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I'll make this a final call for now. Good evening.
Good evening.
Please, what's your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm Misha. I'm calling from Worry.
Worry? Worry guys are coming through, man. Welcome.
What I will say is this. First of all, the Nigeria just did well tonight.
Okay.
The Nigeria just did well tonight.
Okay.
But I would still say it's time we have a young squad. Alright?
Alright.
That's a young squad. It's time we drop Uhali. It's time we have competition for our two. We will have competition for Mr. Alozie. Then I feel it's time we drop Oshola totally.
Assistant, okay.
And Esther Okoronko needs to understand the African game. She needs to understand the African game. There was nothing for me. I just feel the goalkeeper of Cameroon like today was just.
She was outstanding, man. Yeah.
Too good. Else Nigeria would have won the game. So there's no need trying to say the girls did not do well. But Madugu has to go.
Wow.
Because we were not playing, we did not have any tactics. Today, if you just notice, it was just one pattern, get the ball to the flank, pull out. There was no form, right? But it's all good. We faced South Africa, but I feel after the playoff, Madugu just has to go.
And then we get a new coach, maybe foreign. Okay, thank you for your call. Great to hear from another amazing voice from Worry in Delta State. Don't worry, things will be fine before you. Alright, so, I and you always have this fantastic run. A few times we've done stuff together, but in life there's always a first of everything, and it's the first time we're together and there's a defeat for Nigeria.
Actually, and it's most times a Super Falcons game. Damn. What an end to our streak.
It's even Undertaker, his winning streak in WrestleMania was broken by somebody. So
true.
It's well.
True. Is well.
Thanks for joining me today, Euphoria. Thank you, Ofure. Let's call the surname now. That's what you want.
No, not my surname. That's my traditional name. Beautiful. Yeah.
Okay. I should call you that more often, actually.
Euphoria is fine, please.
No, I've changed it officially.
No, Euphoria is
in
fine,
front of
please.
the whole world.
If you want to say Ofre, it's Ofre Ego.
Okay.
You have to add Ego in front. Ofre Ego.
Okay, cash.
Yeah, look at my initials. I'm wearing my initials. EO. Ofre Ego, please.
Amazing.
Thank you very much.
I'm amazing. All right. So you can always catch our social media, by the way. Your social media, right?
Yeah, Euphoria_sticks across Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Catch me there. I'm very funny. I'm actually really funny. Right now, I'm dealing with this loss with humor.
She's trying to form humble right now, but she's one who has some great sense of humor. My name is Chuma Noli. Shout out to the cast and crew for this coverage as we continue right here on vivxsports. Before you sign out tonight, please just click on that subscribe button, and trust me, you will thank me later for doing it, because there's more magic to come on this platform in the days to come. You can catch me on social media at Chuma Noli. That's at CHUMANNOLI on Instagram, and on X, on TikTok, it's Chuma Rhymes. Have yourselves a blessed evening, and let's enjoy more of the Wafcon, sadly, in the absence of Nigeria Super Falcons. Later tonight, we'll see Ghana take on Malawi in the last quarterfinal fixture to find out which team will go on to face Algeria in the semis. See you again soon. Good night.